semi-final number 2 of the NLA GPL T20. It's the North versus the South, green versus red, the capital parish versus the Crown City, St. George's versus St. Patrick. It is all set up nicely as we've had the toss, the players are ready to go. The umpires momentarily will take the field, but before we go any further, we will take the toss as we would find out what happened in the middle, and then we'll come through as we discuss the teams. Welcome to the toss for the second semi-final of the NLA GPL T20. It's a North versus South affair, red versus green. We have the captains of today's match here in the middle with us, Cyprian Forsyth, the home captain from St. George's, and Imon Alexander, the captain for St. Patrick's. Andy Noel, the first vice president match referee, he will now hand the coin over to Forsyth. And he will toss. The call is a tail. And it's a head. Forsyth, St. George's have won the toss. What's the decision?
We're going to bat first. We think we can put a decent total on the board and look to defend it.
It's a big match, semi-finals. You'd have played each other before. Now, the guys ready for this encounter?
Yeah, the guys are pumped at the beginning of the tournament. This is the moment that we were waiting for. So the big weekend is here and we're up for it.
All right, last game, you're defeated handsomely by St. David's, looking to rebound certainly with a better performance today.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was our bad game, and the good thing about that game is that we lost when we could have afforded to lose. So we are here now in the semi-final and we're here to execute.
Made some changes this game. Any further changes for today?
Daryl Cyrus comes in, Emmanuel Stewart, Preston McSween, and Kenneth Demba comes in.
All right, so Forsyth, we want to wish you guys all the best for today and the rest of the tournament.
Thanks very much.
Now we're going to have some words with Imon Alexander. Imon Alexander playing St. George's, no strangers. You guys asked to bowl first. Happy with the decision?
Yeah, we are happy. If we won the toss, we would have bowled first. We are looking to bowl them for at least 100. So it's a wonderful opportunity for us.
You guys are pumped up, have been on a winning streak of late. The confidence in the team must certainly be high.
Yeah, it's high. You know, we have a lot of good players, so we just have to come out here and play hard cricket.
Any new inclusions in the squad for today's match compared to the last one?
Yeah, Olive is in, Smith and Charles.
All right, so Imon Alexander, as you said, you're looking to restrict them to under 100. All the best to St. Patrick in this match and the rest of the tournament.
All right, thanks.
All right, so just to recap the news from the middle, St. George's, they've won the toss and have decided to bat. All right, so St. George's, they would have won the toss and decided to bat. Hector, your thoughts on that decision?
Well, I would have thought they probably would have inserted and maybe chase with the conditions as it is. It's a little bit overcast and stuff and so on, but I guess they would want to put a total on the board and back themselves. They have a potent bowling attack to defend that. Yeah,
as we will now look at the team list. St. George's, they're 11 for today. The captain by Cyprian Forsyth, Akeem Alexis, Johan Jeremiah, Emmanuel Stewart, Javed Hazard, Kenneth Demba, Kem Charles, Daryl Cyrus, Preston McSween, Javel St. Paul, and Nicholas Redhead. We see the inclusion of Preston McSween, the Windwards Volcanoes left arm seamer, his first match in the tournament, and would be looking to add his expertise to the St. George's squad when he comes to bowl, and even his experience in the dressing room during the batting innings.
Yeah, Preston, well, that's his first game in the tournament since returning, and sure he's looking forward to the challenge. To be a nice matchup between Devon Smith and himself.
Yeah, so we're going to now have a look at the St. Patrick's 11 for today. Of
course, Imon Alexander is captain, Alec Athenaeus, Weaver Benjamin, Davis Charles, Denroy Charles, Kieran Charles, so quite a few Charles line up for St. Patrick as always. Dennis George is in there, Marlon Henry, the veteran, John Olive, Dennis Smith, and of course Devon Smith. So that's the lineup for St. Patrick.
Yeah, St. Patrick's almost a consistent, the 11 has been sort of consistent through the tournament. One or two minor changes. The squad today being led by Imon Alexander, who would have done so 2 matches ago. But it's a very strong lineup from St. Patrick's, including the likes of Devon and Dennis Smith, Dennis George, Alec Athenaeus, the Dominican all-rounder, is in the mix for St. Patrick's, Kenroy Charles, Denroy Charles, and Marlon Henry. So certainly a very quality lineup. 2 quality lineups on showcase here in the semi-final number 2. As we see the umpires for today's match is going to be Rupert Holas, and with him is Sean Warren, who will be doing duties for today's match. They're out in the middle, followed now by the players from the St. Patrick as the openers from St. George's. I make it to be Akim Alexis and Yuan Jeremiah. They're together now for their 5th match together as a batting pair. They have their first game coming in the second game of the tournament. They would have played, and subsequently they'd have been the opening pair for all the matches afterwards. So they'll be looking to get their team off to a good foundation. They have the highest opening wicket partnership in the tournament, 99 between Alexis and Jeremiah, which was scored in the match against St. Andrew. And not surprisingly, as being the custom for St. Patrick's opening with spin bowling, it would be Imon Alexander to begin the attack from the northern Dabo end of the National Stadium.
I think St. George would have lost to St. David in the last outing. I don't think there would be any scars as left as a result of that. However, it's left to be seen how the batting goes. Of course, St. Patrick do not have that. It's a totally different attack. They will depend heavily on spin, not so much fast bowling. They were blown away by Iman Joseph on the last occasion, and I think it will be the batsman will feel a lot more confident against a St. Patrick attack. Although the St. Patrick attack boasts the likes of George and Alexander and Charles and so on and so forth.
Yeah, St. Patrick's lineup, and just noted 2 seamers in the attack. That is John Olive. By no means he's express, but a steady bowler who looks to bowl a good line and length. And Kieran Charles, who is also Olive can even consider himself to be faster than Charles, but Charles is a very wily and wise veteran who looks to bowl the ball just short of a length into the wicket and hoping that the batsman to go after him. As that one shot and pulled down the ground by Akim Alexis. Wavell Benjamin comes off the boundary to do the fielding. So St. George's, they're up and running. They won without loss after the first delivery.
Yeah, and Imon Alexander, very uncharacteristic for him to be, bowling that loosely, but wasn't really capitalized on fully by Akim Alexis. Delivery short and probably just looking to find a line and a good length.
Yeah, his left hand wrist is heavily strapped, and another short delivery pulled over the leg side. The fielder at mid wicket comes around to do the fielding. So Jeremiah is off the mark, and certainly not the best of stats so far from Alexander. His first 2 deliveries on the shorter side.
Yeah, very much so, and probably just get the feeling that he would have gotten away from one, if not both of them so far.
Yeah, as we see his left wrist heavily strapped, and hope that he doesn't. Another delivery short, pushed, goes back Alexis to push it to mid wicket where Athenes does the fielding. There is no run.
Yeah, maybe.
Another delivery on the line of the leg stump, turned behind square, and there is no run. So Imon Alexander so far trying to find the right length, or his preferred length here in competition so far, or on the shorter side. This time Alexis goes back and plays it well, guides it down to third man where Dennis George does the fielding. So 2 runs to Alexis. He moves to 3, and St. George is your 4 without loss.
Yes, and again a delivery short this time, giving him some room outside the off stump, and Alexis played a pretty decent little shot, just dabbing it away behind point on the offside, and picked up 2. So Alexander not yet settled in his lines and his length.
Yeah, so far as we see a change in the fielder, that is Wavell Benjamin down on the long on boundary. He's being brought more fine. And that one is short. Good fielding there by the fielder in the extra cover. That is Denroy Charles. He certainly saved his team at least 2 runs there, getting down to 1, which Alexis went back and looked to power through the offside. So at the end of the first over, St. George is winning the toss and bat. They're 4 without loss.
4 without loss. No real alarms so far in this over. Probably maybe just the batsmen may feel that they may have missed out on a chance or two to pick up boundaries. But it's early days still, and also St. Patrick will feel that decent enough for only 4 runs from the over.
Yeah, and I think with the heavy concentration of spin, it would be running between the wickets, picking up those 1s and 2s will be important, as it's going to be a second spinner to open from the southern end. Previous 2 matches, that would have been Ali Cathanes coming in from the southern end, but today it's going to be Davis Charles who will begin for his team from the southern end of the ground.
Well, of course, there's a left and right combination out there, and probably wanting the off spinner to bowl to the left-hander and take the ball away from him.
Yes, the 2 fielders out of the circle inside the 6 overs is long off, and Jeremiah looking to drive towards the offside and maybe got off the inner portion of the bat back to the bowler. So the 2 fielders outside the circle is long on, and a fielder down on the deep, is that mid wicket or sweeper on the leg side, and the rest of the fielders are inside the circle.
So, as you like to say, pace of the ball from the start. And not very often you see 2 spinners operating in tandem in the power overs.
Yeah, it's certainly a bit of it takes a bit of a heart and skill to be, throwing the ball and to be bowling early up in the power play. Spinners, batsmen, they look to get the teams off to a fast start, and the slower bowlers with not much protection on the boundary, it really causes a lot of control from them early up. This one, Jeremiah goes back and guides down to third man. Again, that is Dennis George. He has to do the fielding. A bit stumble there as he his foot lost his footing a bit, but there is no damage to the fielder, and the batsmen, they were able to cross over for 2. So Jeremiah moves to 3, and St. George is 6 without loss into over number 2.
Yeah, and so far pretty decent over. A good line. Seem to be looking to just squeeze the batsman a bit by bowling close to the line, just between middle and leg stump.
And Jeremiah looking to hit that one over the onside. The ball probably we'll wait to the replay to see if he may have gotten an edge onto it, but there was certainly some excitement there from the wicketkeeper Dennis Smith, as we see that one probably pitch outside the line of the leg stump and hit the batsman high up on the leg and also onto his helmet. So the end of a very good over there from Davis Charles, one which conceded 2 runs, and after 2 overs, St. George is batting first. They're 6 without loss.
Well, this is what the situation as is now. The overcast and light drizzle, even as we speak, probably is what makes the St. George's decision to bat first even more baffling. You would want to. It's very difficult now to determine if you're going to play for the weather, what might be a winning score, or how quickly you may have to go. St. Patrick, on the other hand, will know exactly what they have to chase whenever that time comes.
As you see, the conditions a bit gotten a little darker, as you would have alluded, a little light sprinkle across the ground, and it's going to be Eamon Alexander to continue. He's so far in the tournament. He's bowled well for his team. I think he picked up 4 or so wickets the last game against St. John, and this time Alexis can't pierce the offside field. So we now have 2 fielders in the cover position. We have Marlon Henry in extra cover and Denroy Charles in a normal cover position. And this time he's able to get through. For previous deliveries he was able to find the fielder, but this time Alexis plays well, beats the fielder between extra cover and cover. 4 good looking runs to Akeem Alexis.
Yes, again short and outside, and not far outside the off stump, but Alexis kind of staying on the onside of the ball. Backing away a bit and punching it between extra cover and cover, and of course there is no one out there in this power play, and it goes away to the boundary for 4. So Devon Smith just coming down to speak to Eamon, probably just talking a little bit about strategy, about field placing.
Yeah, there seems to be no alteration in the field, so he's probably just asking him maybe to bowl the ball a bit fuller instead of the batsman going back, having come forward. And this time the batsman does go back, but This time the ball is on the line of the body. He's not able to work the ball into the onside to pick up a single. So it's all about, you know, the right length and the line to be bowling early on here in the power play. Akim Alexis advances down the wicket. They come through for a single. Bit of miscommunication there. The fielder shot fine leg. He was a bit late getting onto it, and after a little bit of miscommunication, the batsmen, they were able to get through for the single. So Akim Alexis moves on by 1, and St. George's 11 without loss.
It would have been interesting if the bowler would have gotten back over the top of the stump, but there is Alexander really in a bad position to receive the return. Maybe if he were back, probably there would have been a chance for a run out.
Yeah, as the ball crossed the stumps, the batsman, he was nowhere close to getting home. So Patrick's might think that's a missed opportunity. Jeremiah goes back and plays towards the fielder in the mid-wicket position. Can beat Marlon Henry in that position. So certainly a tidy start so far from St. Patrick's. And Jeremiah came inside of it and sort of just scooped it over the fielder there at square leg. Probably if he was back on the edge of the circle, might have been in a position to take that catch. But Dennis George, who was a few feet inside of the 30-yard circle, the ball ballooned over his head and goes into the boundary for 4. Jeremiah's first boundary, and St. George's, they are 15 without loss.
Well, it would have had to take a much taller man to get close to that. The delivery just went over George, who was just a little bit inside the 30-yard circle, and went away for 4. So these are the chances you have to take at certain point in order to pick up runs. It's the power play, and of course most of the fielders are tight inside the circle.
Yeah, it's the end of the third over. One which went for 9, included 2 boundaries, 1 each to the opening batsman from St. George's. So 15 without loss from 3 overs, going at just 5 runs and over. Jeremiah is on 7 of 9, and Akim Alexis is 8 of 9.
You get a feeling that probably George may have just drifted a little bit too far inside. Should have been more towards the edge of the circle.
Yeah, especially, you know, with 2 fielders inside the circle in the early stage, he probably look to as a big appeal there from Smith behind the stumps for the stumping. Akim Alexis looks like his feet was remain grounded behind the crease, but one which was thrown up a bit wider by Charles. Alexis, his feet was out of the crease, but seems that he was able to just get back in time.
Well, it's easy to see where his feet is. Of course, he has the traditional or is this orange boot?
Yeah, I think it's almost on the boundary of orange. Quite bright footwear there from the opener from St. George's, and very good glove work at the same time from Dennis Smith behind the wicket.
Well, Dennis has always been a slick keeper, looking to maximize every chance, and very quick hands that he has.
Yeah, Davis Charles about to bowl the second of the over as we hear the chatters coming through the stumps mic. Smith certainly, and Akim Alexis, he plays that one. The fielder coming off the boundary on the cover does the fielding. I make that to be Denroy Charles. A very good catch there from Denroy Charles. Akim Alexis looking to go over mid-wicket, only successful in hitting it straight down the throat of the fielder at mid-wicket. So Akim Alexis goes. St. George's lose their first wicket. Akim Alexis for 8. St. George's 15 for 1 in over number 4.
But not uncharacteristic for Akim Alexis to be looking to go over the top. But this time he's been the one who's played the anchor role, who has pushed it around a little bit, and this time maybe not getting to the pitch and the ball coming into him, just tugging it away. Probably looking to go a lot straighter. To me, he was looking to go down looking to go a lot straighter, but in the end having just tugging it and pulling it down towards Denroy Charles, who was down there, and he came in and he took a pretty smart catch. Yeah,
very good catch there from Charles. It was not difficult, but I think he kept his eyes on it and he was able to complete a very smart catch coming in off the boundary. The new batsman, that is the captain Cyprian Forsyth. Certainly he has been shot off runs at the tournament and will be banking on himself and backing himself to put in a good performance today for his team as batsman cross. So it's going to be you and Jeremiah who will take strike.
Yeah, and 15 for 1, we're in over number 4. And certainly St. George's has to be careful here. As I say, the captain hasn't been in the best of form, but they will have to again consolidate. You know, when you lose in wicket, when you lose wickets in the power play, it puts a little added pressure on you.
And this time Jeremiah goes back, guides behind point, where it does fielded there by Dennis George, who sends a return to the non-striker's end. Jeremiah, he's safely in. He moves on by 1, so the score now moves to 16. Jeremiah is on 8, and Forsyth, who is yet to face a delivery, he's up with 2 deliveries left in the over.
Well, St. George's, strangely enough, I've seen some rather indifferent running between the wicket so far at the start of the innings.
Forsyth pushed that one to the offside, calling Jeremiah for a single. Jeremiah responded saying no, stay your ground. That is Kieran Charles in the covers doing the fielding. A very good delivery there from Charles. Certainly a bit of bounce, you know, had Forsyth just dabbling outside the off stump. The keeper Smith took it up in the chest region. So certain good over there from Charles. One which conceded 1 run and picked up the wicket of Akim Alexis. And after 4, St. George's is 16 for 1 batting first.
16 for 1. St. Patrick could be quite happy with the work so far. After 4 overs, scoring at less than 4, it's quite manageable. And again, maybe a delivery that was given a little bit more flight and bite and turn and got reasonable bounce of the pitch and defeated Forsyth.
This one is short, hit high, but I think he got a lot of bat onto that one. And John Olive, who is on the long on boundary, can only watch it sail over his head. And I think Hector, I don't think he came off the middle, but these bats these days, they are so good that you don't even need to hit the middle for it to go so far, such a long distance.
Well, yeah, at one time I thought it had come off the edge, the top edge of the bat, but it certainly carried a long way.
Yeah, another delivery shot in length from Iman Alexander. And again, this one is short. He goes back outside off the offside edge down to the third man region. Dennis George does the chasing, but he can only pull the ball over the ropes as it crosses into the boundary. So Iman Alexander erring on the shorter side, and he's been made to pay here in his third over.
Yes, indeed, and a good shot. The ball was short. He was outside the off stump. He didn't look to hit it too hard. He just opened the face of the bat and guided it down towards third man, Vic and third man, and it went away for 4. Yeah, very well played. I think he was well in control. I think we could safely say it was really an edge on this occasion, opening the face of the bat.
Yeah, I think Dennis George certainly has put in a lot of running in the field so far. We've seen in the previous overs he had to do a few chasing, and now he's been switched from the backward point position. Now he's in extra cover, and the backward point position is now being covered by Alec Athanaze.
So maybe just it was a badly line delivery. As I said, Iman Alexander has been short on a number of occasions.
This time another short delivery. This time hits firmly to Athanaze at the backward point position. There is no run.
We're just looking to hit it too hard on this occasion.
Yeah.
The finesse of the previous delivery, which he just opened the face of the bat and played down towards third man.
Yeah, either side of the fielder there, he could have been in for some runs.
26 for 1.
Yeah, Iman Alexander certainly bounced back well after the first 2 deliveries going for 10. Followed it up with 3 dot deliveries and will be looking to finish strong in his third over. Pushed down the ground by Jeremiah. They're thinking of the opportunity to come back for a second, and slight a bobble there on the boundary by John Olive allows the batsman to come back for 2. So the 5th over completed, one which conceded 12 runs after 5. St. George's batting first after winning the toss. They're 28 for 1.
Yeah, well, it was a good shot. A delivery, it was struck almost gun barrel straight down the ground, and both fieldmen converged, but it was Olive who got there first, coming around from the long on area, and having to knock it back in, and the process the batsman getting 2. It was a good over for St. George. That takes them on to 28 for 1. And of course, we're in over number 6, about to start.
Yeah, it's going to be Davis Charles who will be bowling his 3. So far unchanged in the power play, the 2 opening bowlers from St. Patrick's. As Forsyth gets behind that one and pushes it on to the offside, where Athens in the extra cover position does the fielding. And Forsyth again plays that one up to Athens, looking to get off the strike and pick up his first single, but Jerry Maxim, the skipper, to remain in his ground. This time Forsyth, that one much closer to him, gets back, open the face, and Dennis George again has some chasing to do, and again the ball defeats George into the boundary for 4. So 4 good looking runs from Forsyth, and that would certainly do his confidence a world of good.
Yes, and just too much width there for Forsyth by the off spinner, and the ball not really turning or coming back into him, and Forsyth had enough time to just guide it past between the slip and the backward point, and it raced away to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, as you see a change in the boundary now. Smith, he pushes himself back to the short third man position to sort of close up that, cut down that gap that is available there to the batsman. And Dennis George will be wondering, why the ball keep following me?
He's in that position.
That time Forsyth gets inside the wicket, works it onto the onside and picks up a single. So he moves on to 5, and at the end of the power play, St. George's, they 33 for 1.
Well, 33 for 1, they can feel not quite the end yet, but yes, but at 33 for 1, St. George's may feel that they're consolidating things after losing the wicket at 15, and this too will need to go on for much longer.
Yeah, actually it seems that we have one more ball in the power play, so I was a bit excited to call the over to an end, and this one is a dot delivery played back to the bowler who does the fielding. So it is 33 for 1 at the end of 6 overs.
Yeah, at the end of 6, as you said, 33 for 1, and still no real sunshine. Sun seemed to be obscured behind the clouds. I think the fielders will be feeling, the players out there will be feeling quite comfortable, not having the hot sun beating down on them. It's been pretty hot over the last couple of days, and certainly they would feel rather comfortably out there.
Yes, it's going to be Eamon Alexander. He will bowl his 4 on the trot. So far 3 for none for 25. Not his best performance, a bit on the expensive side, going at 8.33. Has been a bit on the shorter side, conceded 3 fours and 1 6. And he'll be looking to finish off his spell with a much better over than he would have contributed prior.
Doesn't look too comfortable to me, Eamon Alexander. I don't know if he's nursing some kind of injury.
Yeah, I think noticed. And the ball is signaled wide there. Big appeal from Smith. Ball is signaled wide by umpire Holas in response. Probably may have came off the pants, as been alluded to by Dennis Smith. Not happy with the decision. And again, umpire Holas reaffirms that it's a wide.
All keepers will like you to believe that the ball brush something when it goes down the leg side, as a form of distraction, just to distract the umpire.
Yeah, as we see the replay, though, I think it was a good decision by the umpire, because you could have certainly seen a bit of daylight between the ball and the body of the batsman. So, the umpires, you normally say we put about players being put under pressure, but the players certainly look to put the umpires under pressure in the middle.
Indeed. So. Psychological thing, try to take it off the minds of the umpire. Say, oh, well, he got a little something on it.
Yeah.
But I think umpires now have grown accustomed to that type of appeals.
And this one is worked onto the onside. Fielders close in, and it's a wayward throw. Allows the batsman to cross for 1. So a bit powerful throw there. I think that's Davis Charles in the short fine leg position. The Eamon Alexander is not able to collect cleanly on the non-striker's end, and the ball goes down to the long on position where John Olive does the fielding.
And probably for a second occasion, Eamon Alexander isn't quite well. He probably couldn't have gotten over the stump. The throw came in quickly, and there was no need for it, because the batsman really was never in danger at any point.
Yeah, and I think Opportunity now where which brings Jeremiah onto strike. Jeremiah goes back, open the face, and very good fielding there from make it Devon Smith in the short third. Well, you might say short third man, but he is maybe where in slip, where a fast.
Marlon, yeah.
Oh, is that Marlon? Yeah, it looks to be Marlon Henry instead there.
Yeah, the other elderly statesman.
And Jeremiah goes back and pulls. John Olive for a moment thought the ball was coming down his throat, but that was the case in the previous over. The ball races over his head for another 6, and Jeremiah is certainly looking to punish anything short offered up by Iman Alexander.
Yes, and I'm certainly being fed a diet of short pitch bowling by the spinner. Certainly not good bowling at all by him. And I don't know, I say he doesn't look as comfortable as I've seen him in recent time.
Yeah, at the toss, his left hand, which is his bowling hand, it was heavily strapped, so he seems to have come into the match with maybe an injury, and it's certainly, we can see that it's affecting his bowling so far.
Yeah.
Another short one. This time Jeremiah gets inside of the line and hits it fine. 4 runs to Jeremiah. He moves on by 4 to 30. And St. George's, they're 45 for 1 inside over number 7.
Yeah, 45 for 1. Really not good bowling by Iman Alexander. This time one shot and going down the leg side and just helped on his way by the batsman. And of course Jeremiah, who's been in pretty good form, wouldn't find it too difficult at all.
Yeah, as with 1 delivery left in his spell, Iman Alexander, certainly his most expensive bowling performance of the tournament today. 3.5 overs, none for 37. And in comparison to Davis Charles, who's bowled 3 overs, 1 for 8. And Jeremiah again goes, and I think that one is going to be sailing over the head of John Olive on the long on boundary. So a very expensive over is concluded by Iman Alexander, one which conceded 18 runs, and after 7 overs, St. George's 51 for 1.
Yeah, the 50 has come up in the 7 at the end of 7, so quite a healthy rate of scoring. And if they continue on that rate, we'll probably see another chase in the region of 150 or 160. I think that's what they will be looking for.
Yeah, it's a very powerful hitting there from Jeremiah. So far he's had hit 3 sixes and 3 of them in identical position. 3 sixes and 3 fours, 36s of 22. And Teddy Bishop would have gotten a big score today to go at the top of the list. Jeremiah, who came into this round of matches, leading the table by 2 runs, will be looking to put some pressure on Teddy Bishop. But so far, he's a long way ahead. And for the sake of St. George's, they hope he can remain out there for a long time to come. And this time gets an inside edge to Iman Alexander, and Forsyth and Jeremiah, the crossover for a single. So far it has been sensible batting from the pair outside there. The partnership now 37, and they're looking to stabilize, as you would have said earlier on, from that loss of Alexis earlier on.
Well, they can safely see that they have done that. They have so go past the 50, and with only 1 wicket down, I think they will be quite happy with that.
Yeah, Forsyth looking to play a skipper innings today, as Jeremiah goes back to one that is going across him and can beat Iman Alexander. May not be 100%, but he's a guy, knowing Iman Alexander, he always gives 150% when he's out there.
It does.
The ball, that one pitch outside the line of the leg stump. A peel there from the fielders, as Jeremiah was looking to play that one fine. Wasn't able to connect, but I think as we see, might see the replay, I think it made a pitch outside the leg stump, which should negate the opportunity for dismissal, as Jeremiah gets inside of that one as he was trying a couple deliveries ago, and he hits that one well for 6. And Hector, the youngster, has certainly been looking to punish it, anything short offered by the bowlers from St. Patrick.
Well, he has been offered that by bowlers who really lack of pace. In fact, the spinner now bowling going way too short, and that's easy for Jeremiah. As I said, he's been in good form, so he should be able to put that away quite easily, and he's done that.
Yeah, yes, Jeremiah, he races on to 42 of 25, 3 fours and 4 sixes. St. George's, they're 58 for 1, going at just over 7.5 runs and over. The two openers from St. Patrick's, they've bowled unchanged for the complement of overs to date. And Jeremiah looking for a single. Wisely denied there by his skipper, Forsyth. 7 runs so far scored off the over. And it's been a solid start from the St. George's batsmen. Jeremiah looks to push down the ground, but can be the fielder in Marlon Henry in the straightish extra cover. So the end of the spell from Davis Charles, one which conceded 15 runs and pick up the wicket of Hakim Alexis. After 8 overs, St. George's, they're 58 for 1.
Well, yeah, 8 overs, 58 for 1. Good start by St. George's wanting to, I'm sure, I guess the whole team plan would have been probably to score in, well, maybe in excess of 160, 170. And if they do get to that, it will be a pretty good chase.
Yes, you see, it's going to be a new bowler from the northern end. So to take up from Iman Alexander will be the Denroy Charles. He will be offering his off spin, I think, if I'm correct. Denroy Charles, he's a brother of the bowler who would have completed his spell from the southern end, Davis Charles. So certainly a bit of cricketing talent in the Charles family. And this one is pushed to the fielder down there, a deep cover, as we see Wavell Benjamin, yes, steaming in from the cover boundaries to restrict the batsman to 1. So Forsyth moves on to 8, and St. George's 59 for 1.
Yeah, 59 for 1, and Jeremiah is on 42 and batting rather beautifully at the moment. And as I say, it will be mainly spin from here on, because that's what St. Patrick really, the entire attack is based on the slow bowling.
Yeah, still to come in the leading wicket taker in the tournament, Dennis George, slow left arm orthodox bowler, and also they have option of Alec Athenes, who would have opened the bowling in the two previous matches, as that one is guided down to third man for Jeremiah. He moves on to 43. And the seaming options, suddenly a lot of bowling options for St. Patrick's. The skipper, he has John Olive, and he can still call on Kieran Giles. So certainly a lot of bowling options for St. Patrick's in this unit.
Yeah, they wouldn't want it to run away from them. They would want to keep it tight. And so far, one thing to say is that Forsyth has been rather restrained since he come in. You know, he's one who likes to get button ball.
Yeah, I think Forsyth, as we see, gets back and plays that one down to third man, and they cross over for 2. You know, we spoke in the week, and you know, he admit that, you know, he hasn't scored the volume or runs that he'd have wanted for his team, but he said today, you know, he wants to come out there and you know, play a leading role and look to anchor the innings. He's batted at number 3 today. Previous match he did bat number 3, and so far we can see his intention is looking to occupy the crease. And you know, as the old saying goes, you know how we can score runs if you're in the middle.
Indeed, you can score it in front of the pavilion.
That's right. The only people who can score from the pavilion are competent scorers. Zia Noel with us up here in the commentary booth, and Anisha Kado, who is downstairs, the official scorer for this match. So that's the only people who scores in the stands.
Yeah, and they score more runs than any batsman in the world.
Yeah, I think Zia probably has scored the most runs in the tournament. As that one is clipped off the legs of Forsyth, Kieran Charles comes off the boundary to do the fielding. Just giving our dear friend Zia a little bit of a ribbon here in the commentary box. She's quite competent scorer, and it's certainly good when you can have those females showing an interest in aspects of the game, not only playing, but they are here in the commentary box helping towards the operation and execution of the tournament. As the 9th over comes to an end, Cyprian Forsyth is 11, Johan Jeremiah is on 43, and St. George is 63 for 1.
Yeah, so 7-9, 63. So it's bang on 7 for over. So if they continue scoring at that rate, they will score what, 140.
Yeah, I think with that partnership, they've had that's foundation that has been laid. 63 for 1. We can see 17 10 overs. They'll be probably looking to double that and maybe even more. Maybe 150. Because you still have some quality left in the batting lineup. The likes of Emmanuel Stewart is yet to come. Kenneth Demba and Nicholas Kenneth Demba, Javid Hazard, who has been among the leading runs in the tournament. You have Preston McSween, Daryl Cyrus, Javel St. Paul, who can use the long handle when required. But it's all about laying a foundation that they can set a competitive total. As we see, it's going to be a new bowler from the southern end. It is going to be Kieran Charles, the seamer from St. Patrick's. The Dreadlocks seamer from St. Patrick's, coming in off a shorter run, looking to keep the ball wicket to wicket and make it as difficult as possible for the batsmen.
It was wide outside the off stump and probably not called wide, but probably just within the trams as we can see. We take a look at that.
Yeah, I think it was
well inside
it pitched good. And it moved a bit, so I think it's a fair decision from the umpire as Forsyth steers that one down to third man. Run the first one quickly, but the fielder, that is Davis Charles, he's onto it quickly to restrict them just to 1.
One takes them to 64.
Yeah.
Forsyth goes to 12. 43 is Jeremiah. And it would be a well compiled half century if he should get to it.
Yeah, I was speaking. I remember when they played St Andrews and they won 99, and I said, should they get 100? Partnership between Alexis and Jeremiah is going to be a good one, and then bam, the wicket falls. So I'm sure the players and the supporters of St George's would not like for me to utter those, as Jeremiah gets inside the line of that one and plays it well behind square on the onside for 4. So he moves on by 4 to 47, and St George's 68 for 1.
Did get a lot of bat on that delivery, which was maybe just going across him a bit and whipping it. It seemed to be quite risky, or whipping it through backward of square, and it goes away to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, as Jeremiah, look, he's certainly been solid so far. And one thing you cannot accuse him, Hector, is of looking to overhit the ball. He has played the ball on his merit, and he has gotten just reward so far. And this time Jeremiah hits that one over mid-wicket. One bounce into the boundary for 4. We wait for the signal from the umpire, and it is 4, and it's a well-deserved half century from Jeremiah. 52 Jeremiah, 51 runs of 30 balls, 35 minutes, 5 fours and 4 sixes. And the young left-hander from St Andrew, who represents St George's, has certainly been in control of proceedings.
Yeah, and really hitting the ball in good areas, really too. Almost playing balls on his merit. It's not like he's just throwing the bat at the ball.
As Charles changes his line of angle, looking to get that one angling into Jeremiah, probably looking to guide it maybe to third man, and the ball was too close to him. He was not able to get any maybe major connection onto it. As we see, he was kicking the ball away from the stumps, not wanting the ball to ricochet there. But Charles will be looking to bowl a much fuller line and not provide the sort of length that Jeremiah would want, as he goes over extra cover with this one off the leading edge, and over which conceded 10 runs. And after the midway stage, St George's is 73 for 1.
Yeah, 73 for 1, and Charles almost with that innocuous type of bowling almost tempted Jeremiah into doing something rash and just getting it over the head of the extra cover fieldsman and away to the boundary, away to the fielder down on the boundary, and he got away. So 73 for 1. St George will be quite happy with the start they have had so far in this the first power play, and they will see how far they can take it, because I assume they will want to maybe go up to at least 170 or 180 if possible.
Yeah, it's going to get some batting from here on out, and the foundation has certainly been set for that. As we see, it's going to be Denroy Charles who will continue into the attack, and Crony, as you come into the box, we saw a similar situation in the first match where the more experienced bowler, he was introduced into the bowling quite late, and so far 11 overs, well, the 11th over is started, and we're yet to see the inclusion of Dennis Sawyer George.
Yeah, we've seen a repeat of what happened this morning.
As big appeal there from Denroy Charles, a bit rushing the batsman, but from our vantage point, looks like it may have just carried on down the leg side.
Yeah, good decision. I probably would have missed leg stump. He was on the back foot there, and that ball just seemed to rush into the pad. Probably faster delivery as we went back there. Yeah, good decision. But you're right, Kerry, in terms of the top bowlers. We didn't see Lewis this morning until the 13th over.
Yes, Forsyth played that one down to the fielder, who is the man we've been talking about, Dennis St. George. Quite distinguished in the field with the broad brim white cap. Comes off the long on boundary to do the fielding, and Forsyth moves on by one. So far, Crony, Forsyth looks to be playing a bit more a focused inning and looking to just look to rotate the strike.
Yeah, certainly his intention there is to make sure that he's bats a long time in the wicket, not taking any chances. Just seem to be pushing it around, and certainly it would be important there for him to stay with Jeremiah, who's doing well. And there's no pressure on him. The fact that the runs is coming from the other end, so he just need to stay with him and pick up the ones and the twos while Jeremiah continue to score quickly.
Yeah, as he gets another single, and he moves on to 53, and Forsyth gets back, can beat the fielder at short a fine leg. I think that looks to be Marlon Henry in that position. So no runs. So St. Patrick certainly looking to break that partnership and pick up a few wickets. So far, St. George's they have played well. A short delivery from Charles. Forsyth goes back and cuts well. That's 4 good-looking runs to the captain from St. George's.
Yeah, good shot. Short delivery outside the off. Some quicker one bowled by Charles. Forsyth was on top of it and hit it down to a vacant backward point, and it went down to the boundary for 4. Good shot, and that will give him some confidence. His score goes up to 17. It's 80 for 1. We're still in the 11th over, and certainly a good start by St. George's.
Yeah, very positive start. The last game, they batting, they were bundled out, I think, for 61 against St. David's, and so far 80 for 1. As that one speared into the legs of Forsyth, he did well to get some bat onto it, and the ball races down to the fielder on the sweeper position on the onside. So he moves on by 1 to 18, and after 11, St. George's win the toss and bat. They're 81 for 1.
Yeah, and good start for St. George's, who have done very well. We have seen with both matches today the opening stand of St. Andrews were really a good one, and we see now that St. George's 81 for 1, just losing the wicket of Alexis. But really they are setting the platform to really pick up to move up from there. And certainly they would be looking in the region of, I would think, nothing less than 160.
Yeah, the St. George's team, they're in good position here inside the National Stadium, and the hills overlooking the stadium. Those young stars are certainly in a good position, looking to take advantage of the Easter conditions. We know Good Friday is just a week away, Easter kite flying season. And Crony, those sites would certainly turn back the clock and the memories for you to when you was a youngster enjoying the festivities associated with the Easter period.
But yeah, certainly it is a period that we all look forward to assembly one area and to have different kite, different sizes.
Forsyth looks to hit down the ground, doesn't time it well, and the fielder coming off the boundary, he's not able to get to it. So, but he's able to field the ball to restrict them to 1, and Forsyth is currently 19 and 82 for 1. And as you said, Crony, Easter, years ago, all young boys now they're outside under the trees. They're looking for. Were you one of those who was scolded by your mother when you probably would have gone for one of the sheep to make kite tails?
Well, certainly, I don't think much of us would have get away from that. But I think one of the beauty of this thing is the quality and the type of kite you would see around this time.
Yeah, most certainly, and that one is true. Bowled wide for a moment. The umpire, he probably wanted to signal. Maybe he was thinking of signaling wide, but he decides against it. So it's a legitimate delivery there to St. Patrick. And this time, Jeremiah forces that one down to the field on the sweeper position on the offside. He moves on by 1 to 54, and so far we've seen 2 good innings today, Crony. Those 2 youngsters left. Teddy Bishop from St. Andrew, who scored 85, and Johan Jeremiah currently on 54 for his parish. And certainly it's good to see those youngsters coming to the party and doing well.
Yeah, very encouraging for cricket. That's some of the bright futures we are seeing. As this ball is played down to back with a wide third man. Good work by Henry there as he limited it to 1. But encouraging to see that 2 of our young talents was on show in the game today. What a brilliant inning played by Teddy Bishop. And now we see Johan Jeremiah following up playing another splendid inning.
Yeah, both Teddy Bishop and Johan Jeremiah, they're the leading batsmen in the tournament with 2 50s apiece, as that one is hit down to on the onside. And again, the man who seems to be wherever he goes, the ball is following him. Dennis George does the fielding. So after 12, St. George's going at 7 runs and over. They're 85 for 1.
Yes, and St. Patrick now really would be looking to see where they can get a breakthrough. They would want to stall this partnership who so far have been doing very well. But Forsyth is on 20 and Jeremiah is on 55. These two really setting the foundation for a big total by St. George's. So one hope that they will continue for quite a while and give St. George's the kind of score that they would feel so confident to defend.
Yeah, as we see the batsmen getting a much deserved refreshment break. The partnership between the PF Jeremiah and Forsyth is currently on 70. Forsyth is 20, Jeremiah is 55. Going to see the introduction of Dennis George into the attack. He's now being banked on. I certainly would be bowling out from this stage from the northern end, and St. Patrick's will be looking to bank on him with his experience and his variations to help to curtail the scoring of St. George's. And he's always a man for a crisis and a man for the big moment, and he can never count out Dennis George in any form of cricket here in Grenada.
Well, so far, Eamon Alexander has bowled 4 overs, none for 43. This is certainly unlike Alexander. As we just pause for Dennis George first delivery.
Yeah, pushed back down the ground as George and Forsyth seem to have gotten into a little tangle. There is no damage done to either bowler or the non-striker batsman. And this time Jeremiah quite nicely dances down the wicket and plays it soft on the onside, and certainly intelligent batting from the youngster.
Yeah, he played it soft and just push it in front of him, give him enough time to pick up a single. And just to continue the bowl analysis, Davis Charles 4 overs, no maiden, 15 runs, 1 wicket. Denroy Charles 2 overs for 12 runs. Kieran Charles 2 overs for 14 runs. Dennis George in his first over, 86 for 1, St. George. Dennis George so far has picked up 12 wickets in the tournament, 12 wickets from 5 games. This one is swing down the backward square and goes down to the boundary for 4. Short delivery, and it was given him the right treatment by Forsyth, who went back and pull it down the backward square, and it went down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, George in line there, and Forsyth eyes lit up with that short ball. And so far today, Crony, from what you'd have seen, that the St. George's batsmen, they have punished anything delivered short by the spinners from St. Patrick.
Yeah, important that you put away the bad deliveries. When you get it, you have to make full use of it, and that will ease the pressure on you, certainly. And Forsyth took full advantage of that short delivery and hit it down to backward square for 4.
And this time Forsyth punches that one off the back foot down to the cover boundary, where Denroy Charles does the fielding. So Forsyth moves on to 25 of 26, including 3 boundaries, and brings to the crease Johan Jeremiah is on 56 of 39.
Yeah, good batting by Forsyth. Not looking to be too over aggressive, making use of the bad balls.
Yeah.
And picking up the singles.
As we see another single there off the bat of Jeremiah. So far 7 runs conceded of 5 deliveries, 1 boundary and 3 singles. And oftentimes we can accuse batsmen in this tournament, as that one came off the edge. Is that a drop catch there from Dennis Smith? The bowler certainly seems to think that he'd have gotten some bat onto it, as he's still getting over the the missed opportunity there from the wicketkeeper from St. Patrick's. Forsyth back. Crony, from you think would have gotten some bat on that?
Difficult chance, you know, as he flashed hard, and that's the good thing about it. He flashed hard, and it just came off the outside edge and probably bounced on the pad of Dennis Smith, the keeper, and a difficult one. But both Forsyth and Jeremiah so far added some 57 runs.
77.
77 runs.
Yeah, 77.
And certainly doing a good job for St. George's. 92 for 1, with Jeremiah 57 and Forsyth on 25.
Yeah, very good partnership between the pair. Coming in when the score was 15 for 1, and Forsyth, as we would have said, been short of the runs through the tournament. And so far he's gotten a start 25 of 27, but I think for himself and for the sake of his team, he will be hoping that he can make that start count.
Yes, it's important that this pair bat as deep as possible to come. We have Emmanuel Stewart and followed by Kem Child, Nick Redhead, so not too much a long batting lineup.
Well, I think
so they would have to.
Nick Redhead probably name would be a bit higher, maybe about 5 or 6 positions higher, but you still have the likes of Ken Charles, Hazard, who has been one of the top 5 leading run scorers in the tournament, Daryl Cyrus, Preston McSween, Javel St. Paul, who all consider themselves as handy low order batsmen to come. So it's, as you said, it's important that these two guys, they're out in the middle, they're already set, and they will be looking to see if they can continue that partnership for a few overs still to come.
Yeah, it's good to see that Preston McSween is back in the mix, playing his first game.
Yeah, we look forward to see what he can offer up, you know, when his turn comes with the ball later on. Just returned recently from Antigua, where he'd have played in the best of the best 4-day game, and this one Forsyth looking to swing that one over the onside. He doesn't connect. Ball angling on the leg side, so there is no serious danger danger option in terms of the LBW, but he probably will be thinking it's a missed opportunity. Ball just slightly sliding down the leg side, and this time he gets inside of it a bit, rushed into the shot. Probably may want to top up portion of the bat. We see the substitute fielder, that is Devonny Joseph. He's in, does the fielding, so I think Devonny Joseph ins probably means that Iman Alexander, he's off the ground.
Yes, yeah, it did seem as though he was not 100% well, and certainly I think this is the reason why he bowled his over straight, and his figures.
Oh, is that a drop catch there? That one was hit firmly back to Charles. He went diving after it, not able to get hold of it. So one more, another dot ball in the. Yeah, that came off the bat back into the fielder. He's not able to grasp his hands around it, so a missed opportunity there from the St. Patrick's team.
Yeah, good effort there by Charles. They hit back really firmly, and the bowler, they're just trying to chew it up a bit. Was not able to get.
Yeah, that one time Jeremiah gets inside of the line, hits it fine. Probably may would have come off the leg. We wait for the decision of the umpire. Yes, it's a leg by signal there by the umpire. So a good over for St. Patrick. One which conceded just 3 runs, and after 14, St. George's did 95 for 1.
Yes, a good start by St. George's, and they certainly will want to continue to put the pressure on St. Patrick's. 95 for 1, 14 over, so we have 6 overs to go, and they probably might be looking now to push on a bit more, maybe try to get up to that maybe 160 mark. But Jeremiah both batsmen are set, and therefore we expect them to be a little bit more explosive in the next few overs.
Yeah, as we see Dennis George, his first over conceding 7 runs. He's into his second, and a guy who normally backs himself will be looking to make the breakthrough for his parish. The partnership 80 between Forsyth and Jeremiah. And Johan Jeremiah swings that one. The fielder is settling there, But good effort from the fielder, that is Denroy Charles, on the boundary. Certainly saved 4 runs. The batsman, they crossed for 2, but that one was over his head when he was able to tap it back into play. And good effort there from Denroy Charles. 2 more runs to Johan Jeremiah. He moves to 60, and St. George's, they won 97 for 1 in over number 15.
Yeah, tremendous work there by Charles. As we look at him here, go right up and being able to hold that ball and throw it inside. Really, you know, he saved 6 runs there, and the batsman was able to run 2. But this is sort of feeling that we see internationally in the IPL and the T20 games around the world.
Yeah, Denroy Charles is one of those players that backs himself. Quite athletic and agile mover in the field, and he will be feeling good. Probably may have thought that he could have gotten it maybe closer to the other fielder they're supporting, but certainly a good effort from Denroy Charles in saving 4 runs for St. Patrick's.
98 for 1.
As the batsman played softly there by Forsyth on the offside, and again we see good running between the PA of Forsyth and Jeremiah.
And he's doing the right thing in that he taking up all the pace and just drop it in front of him. So the backward point fielder had no chance as he got you for another quick single.
Yeah, Dennis George comes into bowl to Jeremiah, who advances down the wicket and hits from down the ground. 4 good looking runs to Jeremiah, and a shot that is deserving to bring up the 100 for St. George's. 103 for 1 in over number 15. 100 runs of 89 balls, 10 fours, 4 sixes. Jeremiah is 65. With him is Forsyth on 27.
Very good use of the feet there, and even though you looked as though you were looking to hit it more mid-on, but as the ball dropped and just seemed to be turning away, he get it to mid-off, and it went down to the boundary for 4. But good use of the feet.
Yeah, Jeremiah got cut down, advanced well, and certainly it's always a good sight when you see batsmen can back themselves full of confidence, advance down the wicket, and to throw the bowler off the line. This time Jeremiah goes back and cut down to the backward point position. Good fielding there by Kieran Charles, using his foot to save 2 runs. So 2 more runs to Jeremiah. He moves to 67, and St. George's, they're 105 for 1.
Yeah, good shot. Give himself room and really cut it down to backward point. But good work by Charles on the boundary, having to run quickly to his right and just using his feet there just to stop it just before it crossed the boundary rope.
Yeah, Dennis George being put under a bit of pressure by the PA in the middle. As Jeremiah, he tugs that one over, and it's an easy catch there from Denroy Charles. He's not able to time it or middle it as much as he would like. Denroy Charles, who was there in mid-wicket, saved a 6 in the first ball of the over, is able to complete the catch. Jeremiah goes for 67, and it's a second wicket down for St. George's. They're 105 for 2 after 15.
Yeah, looking to again declare that mid-wicket fielder there as he took it from outside the off stump. Was only able to hit it down to the fielder at mid-wicket, where Charles took a very easy catch. But again, favouring that leg side and trying to take that ball, and that ball spinning away from him, trying to take it to hit it down to mid-wicket. Really probably would have been advised to maybe try to hit straighter, or give himself room and hit through the offside, over cover.
Yeah, as he brings to the crease now Emmanuel Stewart, the wicketkeeper batsman from Karakou, representing St. George's in this tournament. He strides to the middle. Good effort there from Johan Jeremiah. 67, 6 fours and 4 sixes. Scored at a strike rate of 139. Would be pleased with his effort. Probably disappointed in the manner he got out, but he certainly laid the foundation for his team to build a competitive total here in the second semi-final.
Yeah, good stand by this pair. Stand up for some 88 runs. Really certainly would still put St. George in a good position. There's 5 overs to go. Just 2 wickets down. So the advent of Emmanuel Stewart. It's really interesting to see the approach now of Captain Cyprian Forsyth.
Yes, as it's going to be Kieran Charles, one of the 3 Charles in the lineup today for St. Patrick's. He will continue from the southern end. So far none for 16 of 3 overs. Still 5 overs to go. So Charles have 1, Dennis George have 2, And it's yet to be seen who would bowl the next one. Stewart goes bowled, looking to hit over mid-wicket, and his middle stump is knocked back by Kieran Charles. Stewart goes without scoring, and St. George's, they've lost a third wicket, 105 for 3 in over number 16.
Yeah, rather irresponsible shot there. First delivery, again pitched up, and he looking to hit across, strictly hit it somewhere down to long on, somewhere wrong, wide long on, missed, and was bowled middle stump. As we look at him with this first delivery, and hitting right across that delivery.
Yeah, I think
certainly is a poor shot.
Yeah, he started on maybe the leg stump and got outside the off stump and then got back in line, and then the ball was able to pass between the bat and the pad and rock back the middle stump. So good 2 deliveries there from St. Patrick. They're able to strike back in the match, and after 105 for 1, do you know 105 for 3?
Yeah, the important wicket of Emmanuel Stewart. Not having chance to even look at the bowler, but firstly we just looking to hit somewhere out of the ground. Good blow struck by St. Patrick's, 3 for 105, Forsyth 27. Denver now comes into bat.
Yeah, Kenneth Denver, the off-spinning all-rounder from St. Vincent, Winner Island Volcano player. He's in the middle. The game against St. Mark, he played important inning to help his team. They were in a spot of about 31 for 4, chasing 107, and with a partnership with Javed Hazard, they were able to rescue their team from that position and bring them to victory. Yeah,
he played well. I think he got 30 odd not out in that match.
I think he was dismissed. Actually, I think he was dismissed maybe a 2-run short of the victory total, as he pushes that one to the fielder shot mid-wicket. And there is no run, so quite a very experienced player, and probably the right man at the moment to St. George's to see if he can shepherd them through the finish line in this inning. That one badly lined delivery there from Charles with the fielder in at short fine leg. All Demba had to do was just get some bat on it, and he got a lot of it and ran fine into the boundary for 4. So Demba is off the mark, he's 4. St. George's 109 for 3.
Yeah, offline there, down the leg side full, and as you said, Denver just had to get a bat on it, and it went down to a long leg position for 4. You could see that Charles here just apologizing, knowing that he really would have bowled this one offline.
Yeah, Charles continues. This time Denver looks to push down the ground again. Marlon Henry is there in the mid-wicket position. He denies the opportunity for scoring any run. So still 4 overs left after this one. 4.2 overs left. St. George's probably looking to see if they can get up maybe to 150, 160 as Denver turns on the onside. Wayward throw there from Devonnie Joseph to the non-striker's end. The fielder doing the backing up on the mid long on boundary. He does well to restrict the opportunity for an overthrow.
Yeah, bad throw by Devani. They're throwing that ball way down to long off. The fielder coming off the boundary, just to stop that overthrow.
Kieran Charles, the final ball in his spell, 1 for 21 so far. As Forsyth takes strike. And that one again, maybe line on the line of the leg stump. Forsyth looking to hit over the leg side, doesn't connect, hits him on the pad and trickles behind where Devonnie Joseph does a fielding. So it's the end of the spell for Kieran Charles, one which went for just 5 1/4 run and over. And in the context of the match, will be certainly a good spell from Kieran Charles, 1 from 21 from 4.
Yeah, good spell. 4 overs, 1 for 21. Forsyth probably would have missed out on that delivery there. Probably looking for too much power. Maybe trying to hit it square, where he probably could have just come forward and just turn it fine. And that vacant position in long leg probably could have picked up the boundary.
Yeah, as we see, it's going to be the start of over number 17, to be bowled by Dennis George, 1 for 17 of his 2 overs. He's responsible for the wicket of Ewan Jeremiah, caught well by Denroy Charles for 67. He'll be bowling to Demba from And Demba comes forward and pushes George to Devon Smith there, who is in extra cover. So quite a bit of experience there in the middle. Demba and Forsyth.
Yeah, very good flight by Dennis George. Denver just coming forward, push it on the offside. Dennis George picking up so far the most wickets in the tournament, 12.
Yeah, he now moves on to 13 with the wicket today.
Of the first 5 games. Yeah, picking up another one today.
This time Demba goes back and cuts straight to the fielder at short third man, and there is no run. So George has been able to string a few 3 consecutive dot deliveries together, and he's one who likes to keep it tight. Uncharacteristically, his first 2 overs went for 17, and will be looking to pull back his own economy rate here on out. Again, played to Devon Smith, so 4 consecutive dot deliveries.
Yeah, good line by Dennis George. Certainly know they would look to put some pressure on the St. George's batsmen.
Oh, that one is hit firmly down the ground. Dennis George can't get wrong to it, and the fielder they approach it, 2 of them and long on and long off. It bisects them and 4 runs to Demba. He moves on to 9, and St. George is 114 for 5.
Yeah, good shot by Denver. He hit this one straight back. Dennis George would be a bit disappointed not to stop it. You could see him as he went down to stop that ball. A little bit of a disappointment. And it went straight back, beating the mid-off, the long off and long on fielder, and went down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, as they would say, Crony, that was gun barrel straight. Was certainly going to take an effort for the 2 fielders who are a bit wide to come to stop it. And Dennis George, certainly he places a high level of professionalism on his game. Will be disappointed that he's not able to stop that ball from beating him.
Yeah, you're right. One of the better fielders on the St. Patrick's team.
So again, Demba places a shot on the offside, looking for a single, sent back by Forsyth. So at the end of 17, with 3 overs to go, St. George's they 114 for 3.
Yeah, and the end of the 3rd over, Dennis George 3 overs, no mean 21 runs, 1 wicket. Charles 4 overs, he also had 1 for 21. And by Dennis George standard, 3 overs, 21, still a little bit on the expensive side.
Yeah, I think so far in the tournament he has been under just about 4 runs and over. And to go in for 7 in this match, take into consideration that his first 2 overs went for 17 runs, 8.5. He's been able to pull it back slightly, as you see a change of bowling from the southern end. It is going to be John Olive who is coming on for the first time with 3 overs to go. So while the veteran there, John Olive, would have played, former national player, would have played for Grenada senior team, would have also played for the youth teams at the under 19s and under 15 level. So it's certainly a bowler with a lot of experience that the captain can turn to at this stage.
Yeah, and I think both batsmen probably would relish a fast medium piece are coming on now, having to bat against spins. For 17 overs, I think most of it have been spin bowling.
Yeah, minus 2 overs from 4 overs from Kieran Charles, so 13 of the 17 has been spin. And Forsyth hits that one firmly down the ground for a single. And as you said, they will be relishing the opportunity to come up against Asima. We can assume that the final over from this end here, and closest to us, the northern end of the ground, will be bowled by Dennis George. So Olive has an opportunity of bowling a maximum of 2 overs to finish the inning. Demba certainly looking to change gear, probably looking to hit on the onside over mid-wicket. Got an inside edge to Devonny Joseph, who has been certainly busy in short fine leg in his stay in the middle as substitute fielder.
Yeah, good delivery ball by Olive there, right up, and the batsman looking to hit somewhere down between that long on and mid-wicket, trying to pick that gap. It went into the pads.
This time Forsyth hits down the ground again. The fielder, he has some running to do, but he can't beat the ball into the boundary. And Forsyth moves on by 4 to 32. And St. George's, they 120 for 3 in the middle of over number 18.
Yeah, pitched up and hit straight. The important thing here is that he hit it straight. He didn't try to go across it, but hit it straight. And then he beat the fielder at long off and went into the boundary, welcome boundary for Forsyth.
Yeah. Forsyth does well this time. He gets inside of the line and lifts that one over the fielder. Short fine leg for 4-1, bounce into the boundary. And the captain from St. George's, who was going through a bad spot, has responded so far. Hit 5 fours in his 36 of 35.
Yeah, good shot by Forsyth there. Again, seemingly going down the leg. Yeah, going down the leg side. He picked it up well. Maybe just from outside the off stump, but he picked it up as the ball came into him and hit it over vacant backward square position and went down to the boundary for another 4.
Yeah, pressure is now on John Olive to respond. And Forsyth uses the long handle. Dennis George can only watch Dan's one sail over his head for a 6. So Forsyth, he has come to the party. He now is 42. And St. George's into over number 18. They're 130 for 3.
Yeah, massive shot. Really good hit there by Forsyth. Again, over pitch. And again, you see him going straight. And didn't look to hit across it, but hit straight. And really hit it over long on for a huge 6.
Forsyth again. This time he goes back and cuts well down to third man. There is only 1 run there. So the end of a successful over, one which conceded 17 runs. Forsyth is 43, Demba is 10, and with 2 overs to go, St. George's 131 for 3.
Yeah, good over by St. George's. 17 runs in that over. And as we said before, with the medium piecer coming on, really it sort of relaxed the batsmen. They give them a chance really to put back the ball. And Forsyth taking full advantage in that over, scoring 17 runs in the over.
Yeah, St. George's 131 for 3 would be probably hoping that he can get up to about 150. We know that earlier on 156 was comfortably chased by St. Andrew batting second. But it's still a good wicket, and they will be looking to get maximized as much as possible. Dennis George, we know his capabilities, will be looking to make it as difficult as possible for the St. George's team effort. But 131 for 3 with 7 wickets in hand, St. George's should be going all guns blazing in the final 2 overs. As Fletcher Forsyth, there's been a bit of indecision coming back for the second, and Kieran Charles slight fumble, but the batsmen, they were not able to cross over for 2. Demba was able to get back into his crease, so 1 more to Forsyth. He's 44, and 132 for 3 is the score.
Yeah, and Denver looking to give Forsyth the strike day to come back, but it would have been close. And Forsyth,
yeah, a bit hit too firmly to Charles.
No, the backward square goes on to the boundary, mid-wicket on the boundary.
And Demba swings, and he swings well. That one goes into the stand. Big 6 from Kenneth Demba. He moves on to 16, and St. George's 138 for 3.
Yeah, massive hit by Denver. Again, ball given a bit of air outside the off stump. He really picked it up and hit it sweetly, and that probably would have gone maybe 90 meters. At a good shot by Denver. Yeah,
then Kenneth Demba certainly relishing the opportunity to finish the game as he pulls out from the delivery there from Dennis George. George 1 for 28 into his third over. St. George's 138 for 3. And Demba again using the long handle, doesn't time it well. Kieran Charles comes off the boundary in the mid-wicket position to do the fielding. So Demba, he moves on by 1, and St. George's 139 for 3 with 9 balls to go. 155. Crony certainly a prospect here at the National Stadium.
Yeah, most definitely. With both batsmen looking to use the long handle.
And Forsyth advances, hits it behind the fielder there. Good effort there from the fielder at the long off boundary. The batsmen, they come back for 2. I think the batsmen, they were thinking that was 4, but Davis Charles, he stuck out his leg and he was able to keep the ball in play, save 2 runs there for his team.
Yeah, very interesting bit of feeling. Probably we'll look at it again, but good work, it seems, by Charles on the boundary. Would have been very difficult for the umpires to do anything else but just to leave it to 2 runs.
And Forsyth, bit of disappointing. You can hear the anguish coming through the stumps. Mike, he's not able to get onto that one. A bit shorter in length from George. Forsyth looking to go over the onside, but was only able to hit it down to Athenes coming off the long on boundary. So Forsyth is 47. St. George is 142 for 3 with 7 balls left in the inning. And Demba looks to go down tongue. Good catch there again, down the throat of that is Davis Charles. Demba looking to go over the top, doesn't connect well, but good effort from Demba. 17 of 13 as the 19th over comes to an end, and St. George's they 142 for 4.
Yeah, it didn't get hold of that, didn't get the timing right, but I think the shot was on. Certainly in the 19th over, it was necessary to play that sort of shot, just didn't get hold of it. And the fielder Charles on the boundary took a simple catch. St. George's losing their 4th wicket, 142 for 4, and Denver going for 17. Forsyth is on 47.
Yeah, the new batsman to the middle. If that to be Preston McSween, we wait to confirmation. Yeah, that seems to be Preston McSween. With the number 9 on his back, with his Windward's Volcanoes helmet. But the final over of the inning is going to be bowled by that is Denroy Charles. So 1 over, John Olive went for he got in this match going for 17, and now it's back to the off spinner to finish the inning. Forsyth hits that onto the leg side, goes through for 1, thinking of a second, and they come through for second. Very good run in there from the pair from St. George's. So Forsyth, he moves inches closer, he's on 49, and St. George's 144 for 4.
Yeah, Forsyth looking this final over. He would be looking to take every chance to get up to at least 150.
Yeah,
he's on 49.
It is 15 sides. I think that will be secondary. And Forsyth looking to go downtown off the edge. The fielder, oh my goodness, that is certainly a poor effort there from the 2 fielders. 1 running back, 1 coming forward. The ball was able to drop between 2 of them, and 2 runs to Forsyth. His 50 is up. And it's 50 for the captain of 42 balls, 5 fours and 1 6.
Yeah, that's 15, 62 minutes. Good inning, but again, bad judgment on the part of Charles, who's at extra cover.
And that seems to be Benjamin down on the long off boundary. Forsyth falling over in the process, looking to hit that one over mid-wicket as he was looking to get on down to the non-strikers end, fell in the process. So it's 146 for 4 with 3 deliveries left. And Forsyth gets a thick edge down to the field at short fine leg. So he moves to 52, and St. George's 147 for 4.
Yeah, 2 more deliveries. They certainly do want to get up to 150, having a mid-wicket conference. But Preston McSween.
Denroy Charles. So it's Denroy Charles to bowl the 5th delivery in the over, the new batsman Preston McSween, and coming in a situation, it's only one thing on Preston McSween mind, swings for the rafters. Which he does, and he does well. That's a big 6 off a mid-wicket. First ball from Preston McSween, deposited off a mid-wicket for 6. The 150 up for St. George's, 150 of 120 delivery, 76 minutes, 14 fours and 7 sixes.
Yeah, good shot by McSween again, over pitch delivery. And so they hit it over long on her. Really a good hit as Charles just giving that, tossing that ball up a bit in the slot, and McSween taking full advantage and hitting it over long on for 6.
Yeah, final delivery up as Charles to bowl to McSween, and McSween swings and he misses, and that's the end of the inning. At the end of the 20 over, St. George's winning the toss and bat, scored 153 for 4.
Yeah, good display by St. George's. They win the toss and suddenly take the opportunity to bat first. We had a good inning by Johan Jeremiah, who batted well for 67. And Cyprian Forsyth, the captain, played a good inning, undefeated on 52. And after 20 overs, St. George's ended up with 153 for the loss of 4 wickets. So this games today, we are seeing in the first game, the team batting first scoring over 150 is something we haven't seen for quite a while in the tournament in terms of teams getting up to that score. So St. George's getting 153 for 4. and St. Patrick's would feel pretty confident. The fact that St. David's also got 155, and St. Andrews would have batted well, and probably in a sense make light work out of it. Now we are seeing St. George's 153, and St. Patrick's will still feel confident, having the likes of Devon Smith and Altinez. They would feel pretty confident going after this 153 runs, 4 for victory. They would feel confident that they can also get past the score to get into the final. So as the players comes off the field, we see the ground staff just once again rolling the wicket, making sure that it's okay for the second half of the game. And as the St. George's players just going to do the warm-up with coaches Junior Murray, who have continued to do a tremendous work in terms of coaching, working very hard with the St. George's team. He's also with the Volcanoes, and certainly have been doing a lot of work in terms of cricket development in Grenada, and he must be complimented for the work that he has been doing. Also in terms of having his own academy, he has certainly have opened his academy some years ago, and have a tremendous amount of young people, both male and female, part of this academy. So he continues to do a lot of work for cricket development. Certainly cricket would have taken him far and wide. Certainly has made Grenada proud. So we just want to applaud him for the work that he's doing. As we go down to the grounds, Kerry is with someone. Let's see who we have Kerry down there as we turn over to you. Johan Jeremiah.
We're here with Johan Jeremiah, 67 in his team's effort of 153. Johan, what are your thoughts of your score and your team's total?
It's a good total. All I wanted to do was try to, bat on deep on as possible, and try to get the total up to get the score up to a good total. Sorry.
Yeah, the last couple of games you'd have gotten stats, but not gone on to make that big score as you would have wanted to. Today, in the semi-final, 67. Pleased with that effort?
Not really pleased. I think I should have go all the way and bat through, but nevertheless, I'm still thankful. Earlier in the few games that I played, I got its stats, but all I wanted to do today was just to build on those stats and move forward.
All right, the skipper finally came to the party. He's finished with 50 not out. The confidence must certainly be good in the dressing room to see the skipper get in among the runs.
Yeah, when we was batting today, I just told him, to give himself a little more time. He's hitting the ball really good. It's just time that he needs to spend, and he did that today, and it paid off for him.
You guys have scored 153. Think that's enough to defend on this wicket?
Yeah, I believe so. Once our bowlers just have to stick to the plan and come out and execute.
All right, well, Johan, congratulations on your performance so far, and all the best for the rest of the match and the tournament.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Johan Jeremiah. He scored 67 in his team efforts of 153 for 4 of 20.
And St. George's, 153 for 4. They won the toss and elected to bat. Akim Alexis was caught by Denoy Charles, bowled Davis Charles for 8. Johan Jeremiah caught Denoy Charles, bowled by Dennis George, 67. Cyprian Fossard not out 52. Emmanuel Strode, bowled by Charles, no score. Kenneth Denver caught Davis Charles, bowled Dennis George, 17. Preston Maxwell not out 6. Score 153 for 4. Iman Alexander, 4 overs, no maiden, 43 runs, no wicket. Davis Charles, 4 overs, no maiden, 15 runs, 1 wicket. Denoy Charles, 3 overs, no maidens, 23 runs, no wicket. Kieran Charles, 4 overs, no maiden, 21 runs, 1 wicket. Dennis George, 4 overs, no maiden, 32 runs, 2 wicket. John Olive, 1 over, no maiden, 17 runs, no wicket. St. George's after 20 overs, winning toss and batting. After 20 overs, 153 for 4. We certainly won't take a break now and hope that you will join us in about 10 minutes for the batting of the St. Patrick's team.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6 even more.
With more money, to the jackpot galore. Play more, win more, have more fun.
With more jackpot money,
Super 6 is my number one.
With the new and improved Super 6 team, the jackpot keep growing and growing
I'm growing.
more jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
Get vaxxed. It's your best shot. Hello.
A message from the Ministry of Health.
Holy Natural Spring Water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Welcome back to National Stadium here as we see the second innings or the first inning of St. Patrick's team. They are going to chase 153, 154 for victory in this second encounter in the semi-finals of this T20 tournament, which Justin have been going for probably last 5 weekends.
Yeah, been a while. It's been interesting tournament though. And some of the teams really, I mean, did well for themselves, and there are some teams that probably felt that they could have done much better in terms of the result and the performance out on the field.
Certainly, the first edition of the tournament, I mean, certainly there are a lot of positive that came out of the tournament. It gave the players the opportunity to be exposed at this level, and not only in Grenada, but regionally, maybe internationally. And we saw some pretty good performance in the tournament so far. But this, as it comes down to this final, 154 for victory, would be a keen battle, and certainly it can go anywhere.
Yes, indeed, can. It should be interesting. St. George's team would have been boosted by the return of Denver and Preston. Certainly would boost the bowling. And of course Redhead starting. So most players who've been exposed to some decent level of cricket.
This one is hit straight down the ground, and that goes for first delivery, pitched up, and Benjamin getting under this one and hit it down to long on for 6. Good positive start by Weaver Benjamin.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in that mode so far for the tournament, but from ball 1 he's at it. A delivery pitched up and given the treatment.
Well, we've seen the batting of St. Andrews this morning with a positive start. And maybe they seeming to take a page from that. First ball hit straight back over long on for 6.
And then easy single up to mid-on. So Preston there at mid-on.
Alec Altenas, Dominican, part of the setup, the Winnow Volcano setup. A young man who really is an exciting player. Also plays a lot of shots. You think of Teddy Bishop and Johan Jeremiah, young shot makers.
He's just in behind it and plays it up on the offside. Redhead comes across to do the fielding and just throws the ball across to Preston Maxwin to take care of it. So on teams there are guys who are assigned to shine the ball.
Yeah, that's right. Alton is a talented player and has shown that talent since that they're on the 19 level. A lovely shot as he hit down to square cover for 4. A lovely shot. Given the room there, and he just rest that bat on it, and it flew across off the surface, down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, that was this day. It was we often talk about the square cut going out of the game. Or that raced across the square boundary and away to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, and interestingly hit it in front of point. And it really square cover and went down to the boundary for 4. More positiveness we are seeing with both batsmen. It's 11 without loss, and we are in the first over. Redhead is bowling a slip point.
Must have been pretty close, that one. Maybe the ball just swinging away down the leg side, but struck almost full.
Yeah,
look at it again.
Looks pretty close. Maybe have a look at it.
Very, very similar to the decision one this morning. Yeah, but again, Redhead was very pretty wide of the crease and slanting the ball back in.
Yeah, look pretty close from our vantage point, but the umpire's in the best position to make decision.
If you notice, Red does lean away towards pretty wide and push the ball into the right hander, so very difficult to get the decision most of the time with the ball slanting like that.
Yeah, after the first over, 11 without loss. Benjamin on 7, Alec Altenas on 4, and Redhead is first over going for 11 runs. This is sort of start St. Patrick's would want really positive by both batsmen. And again, Redhead they are having a close one, LBW shot. As Altenas again was maybe looking to play somewhere mid on. Hit on the pad. Preston McSween is going to take up the attack from this northern end. He's bowling to one slip, third man on the boundary. That point position, cover, extra cover mid off. 5 fielders on the off, 6 fielders on the offside. On the leg side, there's a wide mid on mid wicket, and a long leg wide on the boundary. McSween is going to bowl over the wicket to the right-handed Benjamin. Full delivery outside the off stump and not timing by Benjamin as when bouncing down to cover.
If that was on the body, maybe they would have called it no ball. So
Yeah.
it was that high. I thought it was wide outside the off stump. It would have been interesting if it had challenged the body on the umpire. I would have said.
McSween and Benjamin is looking to drive ball. Pitching a good length going away from him. Just looking to drive again, looking for that big shot to hit straight back over the bowler's head. Ball just seaming away slightly.
Not the length for that, maybe for that type, but again, just standing his ground and having a swish at it. And McSween, who have been bowling well in recent time. Okay, nearly giving it a bash, but not being able to find the gap, or again, not timed as well as he probably wanted.
Yeah, but very clear in terms of the approach. He's going to be positive. As you said before, it's the first time we've seen him all innings that he would have played, been so aggressive.
Again, another full toss outside the off stump. This time he going hard at it, getting the inner portion of the bat and beating the keeper to his left. No way, he didn't have a chance as the delivery flashed down towards fine leg for 4.
Yeah, full delivery there, and here again, I think he was looking to hit somewhere to mid off, coming off the inside edge and just bouncing just past the wicket to the left of the keeper, who really didn't have much of a chance. Pick up another boundary, 15 without loss. And Benjamin moves to 11 as we see the long and nose being placed right back on the boundary. He's coming straighter. And the third man also has come up, so there's a slip in place now and a gully. And again, Benjamin is looking to hit somewhere on the offside, being very, very aggressive, positive in his approach.
Seemingly not in touch with the pace so far by Preston McSween. He has been a little bit inconsistent in the over so far. Maybe a couple of full tosses and in and between that there was a few good deliveries. Seem to be now going left arm around the wicket, probably looking to just tuck the batsman up a bit more. Oh, another full toss, and really and truly, these some of them look pretty high, but nothing so far from the from the umpires.
Yeah, as you rightly said, I think if it's probably closer to the body, you know, they probably might be. But let's look and see. It's just borderline, borderline, and Oliver tall player. But as you said, there are a few full tosses were bowling this over. Batsman didn't make much use of it. We just see the
I think it had to do with the height of some of these deliveries, and the square leg umpire not really involved too much in terms of calling. One or two of them I thought they should have been called. Yeah, but rather wayward over there by Preston. Really never really got it totally right, except maybe for one or two deliveries in the over.
Yeah. Not what we expect from him. He's pretty consistent bowler generally. The redhead going to pick it up with his third over. Down the leg side and wide signal there by the umpire.
Quite rightly so, it was short and it was down the leg side, and the little Emmanuel having to skip across to his right to gather. So, extra. First one of the game so far. Take the total on to 16 without loss.
Redhead in his second over. Bowling to one slip.
Tenez again looking to thread the needle through the field, and can do so this time. Maybe not timing it as well as he did the previous delivery. And getting it out towards cover. It was fielding the cover and the backward point is pretty straight, pretty close together, and Athens opening the fits of the bat and looking to play square most of the time. That one will run pretty close to the boundary, and it will run into the boundary for 4. So a false shot there by Athens, a short delivery, probably just rushing onto him. He was probably halfway through the shot by the time he made contact. But we've seen so much of that these days, Crony, where it has become a very productive area for batsmen who top edge and almost directly over the head of the wicketkeeper. And it's almost becoming a skill that is being practiced.
Yeah, short delivery really came onto the batsman quicker than he expected, and he looking to pull and coming off the top edge and going straight back over the keeper head. Really, there was no chance. He went down for another 4, but again, he's really been hustled into that and playing that shot, and I was beaten for pace.
And inevitably, the ball always seemed to go directly over the head of the keeper.
Yeah, but interesting field position on the offside. One slip, point, cover, extra cover, mid off. All in looking to stop that drive. And this one is hit down the track. Really good shot. As uses his feet, and there goes the timing. He just chipped and picked it up and really hit it sweetly over long off a 6. Very good shot.
Yeah, very, very good shot against the medium fast bowler. Looking to go across the left hander, and Antanes was equal to the task. Already picked it up, Oli advanced on the track and just struck it over long off. And away to the boundary and over the boundary for 6. So a battle here between these two. They would have played against each other in quite a bit, and not a bit of fielding there by Preston Maxwell. Allows a single.
But very evident, Justin, as we look at Alternas in terms of the timing. He really is timing the ball sweetly, and you know, we cannot talk too much about some of the battling we saw today, led by Teddy B. In terms of the timing, it's not all about power, but getting into the right position and timing the ball. And that one was hit really, really sweetly down to that mid-off fielder who misfield. He got a single. This one is hit down. That's another 4 as Benjamin come forward and hit it down to a vacant mid-wicket wide and pick up another boundary.
Well, taking a chance again, taking a page from Atena's book, just advancing down the track. And of course, we're in the power play. Most of the players, there is nobody out in that area on the onside. And rather, very, very safe shot. And good thinking on the part of Benjamin. Picked up a boundary 31 without loss. We're in over what? Over number 3. So again, just almost as you've seen from the game this morning, a rate just about 10 going up, pushing up to 11 per over so far.
Yes, certainly we saw that from the batting of St. Andrews. St. David's and St. George, I think, were 28 in the 5th over was 28.
And tugged away again through the onside. Preston has a chase around to his right this time. Not really timing it. A delivery probably coming off the bottom portion of the bat, as he had to reach for it outside the off stump to tug it away on the onside.
Yeah, at the end of another good over, scoring rate 10.67, 32 without loss. We just had 3 completed over, and good start for St. Patrick's.
Yeah, very good start, and as I said, I remind almost just level pegging with the way St. Patrick approached it this morning, and if they can replicate that, I don't think the result will be in doubt.
Well, we're ahead so far about 2 overs, no made 28 runs, no wicket, so really too expensive over. And Preston Maxwell 1 over for 4 runs is now being replaced by Javed St. Paul from this northern end. So one would probably be thinking that Maxwell may come from the other end.
Yeah, possibly.
St. Patrick's 32 without loss, 3 overs being bowled. That's St. Paul. Bowling to basically the same field. A 6-3 field.
Oh.
And this one is hit beautifully straight back. Another beautiful shot played there by Benjamin. Pitched up in the slot, and he came forward and hit straight over long off for another 6.
Yeah, just a little loosener there by St. Paul. They have volley right in the slot, and Benjamin, who likes to hit straight, will most likely like the delivery within on the stumps. He doesn't seem to control the delivery too much when it's away from the body, and gets it away for 6. So it's 38 without loss. This time short and swatted away almost at any shot. Preston Maxwell is going back. Will he get in? No, he can't. He goes into the boundary for 4. So really throwing the hands at it, Benjamin, and doing so successfully. And all of that really must be rattling the St. George's team a wee bit.
Yeah, short delivery. You know, he didn't hit it well, but really he deserved. I think the intention was good, trying to hit it to somewhere over backward point. It came off the edge and went high in the air, and went down to the boundary for 4. But this aggressive start, and maybe same thing that happened with St. David's St. Andrews. The start would have really taken toll on whatever plan the fielding team has.
Really take the winds out of the sails, eh?
So we in the 4th over is 42 without loss. Benjamin 26, and Altenas is on 15. We are in the 4th over. Just 2 deliveries bowled in the 4th over.
10 runs out of it so far. So under pressure right away, St. Paul, to restore the over. And this time with the fielder being stationed now on the 3rd man boundary. It's only a single for St. Paul. He's gotten 11 runs out of the over, so it's just a question now of the bowler trying to see if he can do some repair the damage that was done from the start. So it's
43 without loss, with Benjamin at 27, and the left-handed Altenas comes in to strike. And he's a young player that showed tremendous talent on the 19 tournament. I think this is where he's scoring a lot of runs for Dominica in the under 19 tournament. And I think he was spotted very early. I can remember, I think it was I think it's somewhere around 2016, 2017, in that tournament, that he played really, really well. And I think from then he never really looked back.
Yeah,
But he really timed the ball sweetly.
He's a little man, he's not very tall, and does time the ball quite a bit. 44 for no loss. Yeah. St. Paul again near to the slot this time. Benjamin having to reach out for it. Good full delivery right up in the block hole almost, and away from just maybe close to the line that is allowed. And Benjamin can do no more than to get the bottom of the bat to it, and it goes out towards backward point. And there is no run, so score remains on 44. 27 it is to Benjamin. He has gone at a pace. Down the track again this time, and probably St. Paul this time a slower ball it seemed to be, and just missing the stump. So it's a good comeback by St. Paul, having to do some damage limitation.
Yeah, very good slow ball, and didn't miss the stump by much.
Very much.
Benjamin, they was beaten, and we need to see a lot more of this in terms of the variation and in terms of the slow ball. And there Benjamin looking for the big drive and missed, and he didn't miss the stump by much. So after 4 overs, 44 without loss. So a run rate of 11 runs for over, way in front what is asked for. His partnership of 44. Another good start for St. Andrews. So we have seen some good partnership from St. Andrews, 60 odd. St. George. Now we have St. Patrick's 44.
St. George's have to be careful here, because that type of partnership just can take the game away from you totally. I think so far we've seen good reply to the 100, and so Denver will take it up the off spinner from the southern end. So St. George is throwing all the resources. But we didn't see Preston coming from the other end, so that maybe they may just hold him back. And Athens off the back foot and pushes it up towards Preston down on the long off boundary. There's another single. There's rotation in the strike, of course. As Benjamin comes back into strike, it will be interesting to see what his approach would be against the off-spin bowler.
Yeah, so we see it seems as though it's easier to score runs of the medium pacers. And as we saw in the match before, St. Andrews using a lot of spinners. And St. David's, who boasts of the faster setter bowlers, and they really took a liking to that. And we see in here that St. George's probably want to use the same ploy in using the slow bowlers.
Then by that hop, skip and a jump, and plays out into the onside, down towards the fielder, comes off the long on boundary. That's Jeremiah. And there's a single for Benjamin to take him on to 28. Alec Athens, who is on 17, comes back into strike. Goes in over number 5, still within the power play. That almost umbrella field, that ring of fieldsmen on the offside and on the onside. Athens gives himself room and can't be the fielder at extra cover, but the ball just getting away from him. A delivery firmly struck.
Yeah, again you see the timing, really sweet timing that went to cover. Fielder had to move to his right.
So here is them almost like you call it the action kangaroo, hopping on both legs, and the two, how the hand comes up, and interesting action he has. A delivery which was a dot ball, as Benjamin couldn't quite get back onto it. So you've seen already a little quiet session with the spin on. Oh, and this time gets it through the gap. I was just saying that you're just finding it difficult to get the ball away, but a bad delivery from them, but they delivery on about leg stump. And Benjamin just swung with it and played it, got it down between the short fine leg and the man at backward square. and it went away for 4.
Yeah, good going. 15 and 23 minutes after about 30 deliveries. Good going by St. Patrick's. As this one just straying a bit on the legs.
Straying quite a bit, in fact, down the leg side. Again, just turned down behind square, but can't score. Finds the captain there at fine leg to bring the end of over number 5, and at the end of it, 51 for no loss here. Of course, continuing that read just about over 10 runs and over.
Yeah, and St. George's really would be hoping to get a breakthrough. I think this is really a positive start by St. Patrick's. Both batsmen looking fairly comfortable against whatever have been thrown at the game so far. You see Redhead bowling 2 overs for 28, and Maxwell just 1 over for 4, St. Paul 1 over for 12, and then Bass 7 in his first over. So they seem to be comfortable against all the bowlers that has bowled games so far, and I guess they would be feeling confident. They need 103 more for victory.
So Maxwell has come back. He's come back from the northern end here where he started. Didn't really have a good first over, but I think it's not probably yet desperation time, but it can't be too far from that for St. George. Again, wide down the leg side, and Preston not really putting it together so far.
Yeah, not really getting his radar right. St. George's desperately looking to get a breakthrough somewhere. This has been the best start for St. Patrick's in the tournament. 52 without loss.
Of course, thinking that there's still Devon Smith in the hut. Another wide down the leg side, and really maybe trying to bowl too fast, Grooney.
Yeah, trying to bowl too fast. Really looking to bowl too fast. So he should be looking line and length. And really look at the field. The offside field is set. Really should be focusing on just on the offside. But again, looking for pace.
Maybe not quite right. One can almost see the toes pointing towards where it does maybe fine leg. So therefore the hand not coming. Oh, magnificent shot by Atenes. A delivery pitched up, over pitched by Preston Maxwell. And I can't believe they got only 1 for that. 2 in fact, yes. They come back for the second. And the on drive, Crony. And really coming on it back and smashing it down, and just unfortunate. Good feeling in fact by Denver. Maybe prevented the boundary.
Yeah, good shot and pitch up, and the on drive is one of the most difficult shots to play. Played it well. Again, the sweet song of the ball coming off the bat.
Another wide one down the leg side. Georges really has to be careful here.
Yeah, just trained down the leg side. I guess looking for pace.
56 without loss. 42 to Benjamin. Again on the part this time, Benjamin Atenes just playing defensively into the mid-wicket area.
Yeah, a slow delivery, poorly by Maxwell. He just came forward and just pushed it to that mid-wicket. And certainly batting with a great deal of ease. Don't seem to be in any hurry.
I think one of the things that we keep saying is the condition of the pitch, and it has certainly made for good batting. There's a little bit in it for both pace and spin, but you got to put it in the right areas. And magnificent piece of fielding there this time. Is that the captain? Just behind, just in the mid-wicket area, coming across and preventing the ball from again treading through that gap between mid-wicket and mid-on. They can't score.
Yeah, good bit of feeling by Forsyth. The ball was struck firmly. Again, he's looking to pick that gap between the mid-on, who is on the circle, and the mid-wicket. Sort of straightish mid-wicket.
This time, what a wild-looking shot by Atenes. We're looking to pull it over the straightish mid wicket, which we were just talking about, and maybe beaten for probably a lack of bounce, or the delivery probably just not judging the length properly.
Yeah, I think he didn't really judge the length as he was coming forward, and as we could see here, it's looking to pull, and really was in a really uncomfortable position. His feet actually left the ground as he was looking to pull there. I think his intention was to looking for the big drive, expecting the ball to be up to him.
Once again, another full toss by Preston. It looked to be just slanting down the leg side too, and leg by signaled by the umpire. So Preston really Preston Maswin yet to really settle down. You see another delivery, probably trying a slower delivery.
Yeah, the batsman would have missed out on that one. Full going on the leg side.
He's just guilty of trying too many things, Crony, and not just keeping it simple, just rolling up there and putting it in good areas.
Well, I've heard the captain of St Andrews team, you know, on 2 occasions in his interview made a point that, you know, you go there and you play basic cricket, you stick to the basics.
They have done that pretty well in the last 2 matches, and again down the ground it goes, high in the air, the fielder comes across, and that's very, very close. Would that be 4-6 signal by the umpire?
Yeah.
You did see the rope move as the ball landed.
Yeah, I think it's the right decision. It really dropped actually on the rope.
And
we
again,
look at it again.
Under it, as Maxwin was right up there, right up in the slot, and you're able to get underneath it and play it away as it touches down. Yes, maybe just underneath.
Really super work by your cameraman. Really good work there.
Followed it right through. Yes. So again, continue to really press the St George's, and now St Patrick leading under 100, and it's always significant when you would have bring it down to under 100.
Yeah.
Almost, you know, the countdown start. Benjamin is on 38. Probably that's the best innings he has played so far.
Yes,
during the tournament.
certainly the best inning that he would have played in the tournament. Altenez, you know, had good starts, but again, it goes on to the positive frame of mind that both batsmen came out with. And we saw it with St Andrews. What happened there? I think they had 66 for the first wicket.
And I think coming to the back end of the tournament now, we begin to see maybe the batsmen, most of them would have come into the tournament very rusty, not having played cricket for a while, so we didn't see the best of the talents on show. Benjamin, we know, of course, is one who really can hit the ball and play very well. We only just beginning to see that. The shorter side the off stump and too easy. Turn away behind point, then but we'll pull that back. Just didn't really hit it hard, just placed it behind square on the offside, and they feel that backward point having to run away towards the third man, towards third man area to do the fielding, and 2 more runs to Atenes to take him on to 22. Over number 765 without loss. So just short and wide outside the off stump. And again looking to steer it away in that vacant area down towards third man. Cyrus will be looking to create a breakthrough for St George's.
Yes, I.
He's right arm over the wicket. Looking for a reverse sweep.
And really it's not necessary. I think the scoring rate is pretty good. 65 without loss in the 7th over. St Andrews was 66 without loss, and also in the 7th over.
So why not just play it in the direction it's going? He's bowling leg break, the ball is coming into him. Instead of looking to go against it, sometimes the most you could do is to get it into the hands of Denver, who is behind point on the onside.
The scoring rate has been so good that really there's no need to take any extra chance.
Not at all. Here is Cyrus again, short outside the off stump and going through the gloves of Emmanuel Stewart. And there will be another bye, and sorry, another extra. Take extras on to 6 or 7 it will be. and it's 66 for no loss, so extras on 6, and so that's well, it's a buy, so we can see it's an extra over. At that stage, you haven't managed to pick up wickets in the power plays. It really does become very difficult to control the game after that. And again, good cricket, good running by these two, just blocking it away on the onside. Alexis having to run from mid wicket towards square leg, a short square leg to do the fielding, and the batsman had enough time to cross for a single. 1-67. This is turning out to be though a hold in what you would call like a par for for in golf. There's almost a hole in over. It has brought the rate down now under 10, where it has been for most of the time. So,
but yeah, as we see the slow bowlers coming, we expected that you know you're gonna slow the scoring rate.
Again, he's going for the sweep, and just as I said earlier, Crony, almost just helping it into the hand of Denver behind square on the offside, which would have been now behind square on the onside, because he switched his hand.
They have been playing so well, and I'm wondering why it is necessary to be taking these on due risk. You know, you're gonna push the ball around. We just completed the 7th over, 67 without loss in 7 overs, and there really is no need to be taking those sort of chances. And this is where one would think that common sense cricket have to be part of it. You have to understand where you are and what you're trying to do and play accordingly.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes you batsmen attempt certain things and you almost see it coming, and you could almost see him virtually willing himself and trying to get the ball into the hands of Denver behind square by playing these reverse shots. So Preston had won again. It was not a good over again, so he just again now comes Denver from this end, this time from the northern end again. So trying everything is humanly possible, Crony, to see if they can effect that breakthrough. Denver with that hop, skip and that jump, and Benjamin sweeping also a little mix up there, and not quick enough, the fielder behind square on the onside, and there was always a single there. The ball didn't carry quickly, neither straight to the fieldsman, so there was always a chance that there was going to be a single.
Yeah, just looking to play a little paddle shot. Just seemingly came off maybe the top of the bat and didn't go down to that short fine leg fielder very fast. Was important there for the backing up of the non-striker. She did to be able to complete that run.
So it will be Athens to take strike. He's on 22. Delivery again this time. Good work by Alexis. At that short mid-wicket position, getting across pretty quickly, ensuring that the ball doesn't come down towards Preston Maxwin to afford the batsman a single. So here he then on his way to Athens. Down the track, and when he gets it, flicks it into the onside. The fielder comes off the boundary to do the fielding, and there is another single. But again, the ball rushing off the bat, rushing off the face of the bat of Athens, which indicates, as you was saying earlier about him, the really excellent timing that he is able to put on the ball.
Yes, and a good use of the feet once again. You're able to use his feet, just whipped it through mid wicket. That's a hallmark of a good player in terms of the timing, how he times the ball, and use of the feet.
This is a big one. Again, this time, not worrying about the pitch at all. He just came down the track and swung through the line, and it got it over mid-wicket and away to the boundary and over the boundary for 6.
Yeah, good shot. He came down and give it his all.
Almost saying to himself, even if I'm not to the pitch, you're a little bit slow, can't beat me in the air. And made good contact, and that's what is important.
So St. Patrick need for the 79 runs. and just about 2 deliveries short at 12 overs. So there's quite a lot to go in the game. I mean, you know, a wicket here, you know, could turn things around. We have seen it happen so many times in this particular tournament. You know what? When you lose one wicket, you know, you lose another, and the pressure continue to build. And now the spinner is seemingly slowing it down a bit.
But at this stage, Groney, you don't want to make a proclamation or how to predict what the finals, which teams would be in the final tomorrow. Not at this stage.
Well, the start that St. Patrick's have now, 76 without loss at the conclude the 8th over, to me put them in the ascendancy in that they're in a good position to go on and win this game. But again, we know what cricket is like. If I'm going to bet, I'm still going to probably give them the edge in terms of getting to the target of 154.
At the halfway stage of this tournament, maybe if someone had told you that St. Andrew would have been in the final, and probably at this stage, St. Patrick probably is putting at least one foot there already, I don't think you would have agreed.
Yeah, well, again, cricket is being played out on the ground, and you look at both teams, you would have felt that based on the team that St. Davis has, you know, would have been difficult to beat. Particularly scoring 155 when you look at what the sort of bowling that the St. Davis team have and what they have done before. I think I think most person would still give them the edge, but cricket has to be played on the field, and I think St. Andrews would have changed that today in that they played cricket on the field, whereas I don't think St. Davis played up to their fullest potential.
So
but all credit to St. Andrews. I think they played better cricket. They played all-round cricket. I think they was better at the bowling and obviously with the batting, and certainly deserve to win that game.
Well, two more being added. One a wide down the leg side by Cyrus, and then so Benjamin driving down towards long off for a single. So it will be Atenes, the left-hander, who will come in to face the bowling of Cyrus, who is bowling a full delivery, and the ball being pulled around towards the onside, and there is a single for Atenes, and to take the total onto 79, inching closer to the 100. So it brings Benjamin back on strike, and he will wait for Cyrus. We're just making a change, just asking Alexis to go closer to the square leg umpire, just to his left. He comes in on balls, and delivery which is turned up in that general direction, but still cannot save the single. The change was just made, but still very good judgment by the batsman.
Yeah, they have very good communication in terms of taking really some quick singles, and just taking the pace off the deliveries and being able to pick up the singles here and there. It really have been a good partnership. It's 80 without loss, and we just in the 9th over.
Cyrus again on his way, this time to bowl to Atenes. Atenes is bowl him. Is that so? No, in fact it was a stumping, and my apology. I thought for a moment he had missed it, and it has gone through, Cronin.
No, looking to drive through the offside there and probably missed it. I know if you probably this one would have probably gone the other way. Let's see here. Yeah, with the arm, going with the arm. Good decision. That back foot didn't move.
No.
So certainly good decision by the umpire.
Well, my apology, but it's good. A quick bit of work there by the wicket keeper, and all well ends well. It's a good delivery by Cyrus as he comes in again, and this time getting it on the full and playing it down towards long off. And there's another single there. So yeah, Cyrus has probably been the most consistent of the bowlers that we've seen so far. And many wickets Cyrus may have taken so far. He's not in the top 5 of wicket takers.
Yeah, certainly not in the top 5, but has picked up some important wickets.
Everyone who probably enjoyed this would have expected to do a little bit more to pick up a few. Although he may not have played 1 or 2 games, I don't think.
Yeah, he was nursing some injury, so you.
Oh, this time he stumped. This time he stumped. This time he stumped. Wide outside the off. Some smart bit of bowling there by Cyrus this time, and Benjamin coming down the track and finding it wide. Couldn't get to it, and the keeper doing a great bit of work. And the first wicket has fallen for St. Patrick.
Yeah, very good work by the keeper. Really good work by the keeper. Had to go a long way. And certainly Benjamin was caught in the air. Good bit of stumbling by Stewart.
Just talking to himself, admonishing himself. That one was wide. Why did I have to go after it? But that's the nature of the game.
Played a good inning. He went for 49. He was stumped. Stewart of the bowling of Cyrus. There's 1 for 81.
This brings Dennis Smith.
They did play a good hand. Yeah, really is his best effort so far. Hit the ball well. St. Patrick still probably would feel okay in the position there. 81 for 1 in 8 overs.
But really great piece of craftsmanship, I should say, bowling and also wicket keeping. Almost like they may have signaled to each other that that we're going to be running that play, because like one could have seen Cyrus deliberately bowling that one wide.
Yeah, and it was good thinking. You give it a lot of air, so you really look as though it's a delivery that you can hit. So the whole tendency is that you go move towards the delivery, and as you drop it spun away from him. And the keeper did a good job, because that ball was wide and going wider, so he had to pull it back. And within that time, he was able to do so before Benjamin was able to get back into his crease.
Here is Denver again, and delivery turned away into the onside. It goes down towards the deep mid wicket area for a single. Emmanuel Stott would have jointly received one of the keeping award for, I think, for during the tournament, and has shown pretty good glove work.
Yeah, I think he got the second most dismissal. But all in all, I don't think he was satisfied with the keeping. I think there was, quite some buys and so forth. But
so it brings Smith to receive his first delivery. Denmark comes into bowl to Smith. Smith off the back foot, turns it away on the onside, and a little slight mix up there. And Alternates had to get back, as it was a quick bit of fielding by the fielder there just behind square on the onside. That was Cyrus himself.
Yeah, and good calling there by Smith. I think really good calling. Alternates was really tearing down the wicket. Had to stop him.
So up on a jump by Denver and pushed up towards the bowler, and the bowler coming across his left and knocking it down. And for St. George's would feel now that it's beginning to exercise a little bit of control, looking to drag the rate down and to push the asking rate, the required rate up. I think that's what you want to see. The required rate mounting. Short delivery this time, turned away on the onside, and there will be a much easier single, as the captain Forsyth has to run across from just behind square on the offside to almost a short extra cover. And in that time, the batsman crossed for a single to take the total on to 83. So 83 for 1. Smith is off the mark. It brings Athens back on strike. He's on 26.
Yeah, still 71 runs required. Bit surprising that we are not seeing Devon Smith yet. Yeah, had been a good opening stand. My thinking also it would have been to have him to open the batting, but I guess it gives the other batsman confidence that he's still at the back.
And of course, Dennis Smith is a busy little player. Alton is wrapped on the pad. Delivery just slightly slanting down the leg side. So no real alarms to bring the end of another Denver over. Quiet, relatively quiet one. And at the end of it, 83 for 1. Alex Atenes is 28. It's 1-2 Dennis Smith. And 10 gone.
Yeah, that's Denver's third over so far. 3 overs, none for 18. Cyrus 2 overs, 1 for 8. So really the slow bowlers has really slowed down the run rate. It's 83 for 1 after 10 overs. 71 more runs needed in another 10 overs. So it's certainly far from over.
Very far from over. It's a key period in the game with Denver and of course Cyrus, the two spinners operating in tandem. And so far, fairly tight. Cyrus. And a loud appeal for another stump in there by Smith. He's a very cheeky wicket keeper, Dennis Smith.
Stewart,
Emmanuel Stewart, sorry. Smith, in fact, was the batsman who ushered the drive and missed. And quick walk again by Emmanuel Stewart. Not being answered in the affirmative by the umpire holders at square leg. Yes,
well, it's a good decision because the batsman never really moved. You know, he went to drive and you could see the back foot anchored. He didn't move.
So it's a good battle ensuing between Cyrus and Denver and the St. Patrick batsmen. He's going inside out over extra cover, and that will run into the boundary for 4. So pressure being released there. He's been held on a tight rein by Cyrus so far and getting one pitched up and going over extra cover, which was a pretty safe shot. There is no one really. There's a fieldsman maybe around the cover boundary, but no one really in the actual extra cover region. And that's the area, the aerial route, and that's the area he took.
Yeah, good and safe shot, and I could see him open up himself a bit and try and hit over that extra cover. And the fielder on the cover boundary really had no chance. He's no moving to his right.
Trying to cover the angle. But 87 for 1. You're not a superstitious person, Crony, so 87, 1, 1, 1, 13 doesn't bother you. Semi delivery down the leg side and wide, signaled by the umpire. And quite rightly so, it was fairly wide down the leg side, full and wide down the leg side. Smith looking to sweep it and not making contact.
Yeah, good call by the umpire. Again, looking for the full-blooded shot. I think a nice little paddle would have, he picked up the gap.
And this one again, just pushing it up on the outside where Alexis is in attendance. And almost looking to run for everything.
And Alexis showing his football skill from boot to hand.
Yes. Cyrus. 2 legitimate deliveries left in this over. 88 for 1, so they have come off the magnificent shot. And again, a delivery over pitched and not looking to hit it too hard. Just timed it through the extra cover region and it split again the long off and the cover fieldsman and away to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, beautiful shot. That's the best of Dennis Smith. He really stroked that ball beautifully. It wasn't far from the fielder on the cover boundary. They really had no choice, and then the fielder at long off, who was wide, just split both fielders and went down to the boundary for a beautiful 4.
Yes, so total has gone to 92 for 1. Smith is on 9, 26 to Atenes. And a delivery again, this time going tamely down towards the fielder who comes off the cover boundary to do the fielding. That means there's one more for Smith to take him on to 10, 26 it is to Atenes. 93 for 1, Gurney is the latest score here. And after a few more thoughts from you, Kerry, we'll move into the city.
Yeah, beautiful start, a really confident start by St. Patrick's. And a team who would have also struggling in terms of the batting, as one look back at the tournament so far. This time around, they really put their head down. We into the semi-final game, which is the biggest one, is the knockout stage. And certainly we've seen, a turnaround in terms of the batting for St. Patrick's. First, we had Benjamin playing the best inning of the tournament, 49. Opening stand of 81. Alternate still on 25. Dennis Smith on 10, and Kerry, beautiful shot stroke playing by Dennis Smith. Lovely shot, extra cover drive for 4.
Yeah, 2 beautiful shots of the last over. The first one was good and the second one was even better. The 2 fielders on the boundary that is long off and the extra cover, they had some feeling to do, but they were nowhere close to cutting it off as CC pushes one down to the cover boundary for another single. So Smith, he's looking good. He's on 11 of 10. And St. Patrick 94 for 1 in over number 12.
Well, is it as we coming down to the end of the tournament, we are seeing we've seen the sort of scores that we probably expected early up in the tournament, like the 150s and above. We are seeing the first game, 2 teams reaching that. St. Andrews reaching it rather convincingly. St. George's haven't passed the 150.
Yeah.
And now we are seeing 94 for 1 St. Patrick batting. So we're beginning probably to see the batsmen coming into their own.
Yeah, took a while for the batsmen to find the groove. As you know, we came out for a period with no cricket being played for a period of time. So a few games was used to get themselves, some of the batsmen back into form. And it's being rewarded now here in the semi-finals with good scores. As Athenaeus collects one and deposits it into the stands over mid-wicket. And that one... a big 6 there from Athenaeus brings up the 100 for St. Patrick's. 100 of 75 deliveries, 55 minutes, 8 fours and 6 sixes. Athenaeus 32, Dennis Smith 11, and St. Patrick's from here on out to book their spot in the final lead 54 for 54 runs.
Yeah, what a beautiful shot. Again, look at the timing. I think that has been a feature of his batting, the timing of the ball. And he's not a big guy. I think, well, maybe it seemed like, and this probably went almost over the bleachers.
Yeah, it bounced maybe into the second level, bounced on the second level of seats in the bleachers, and it went up to the back. One of the cameramen, that's Kirk Oliver, he did some retrieving of the ball on behalf of the St. George's outfit. But certainly a good hit there from Athenaeus, looking to guide his team home from this position.
Interesting, Kerry. You see the smaller guys that's hitting the ball very far. I tell you something.
As we hear through the mics of the umpire, it's a no ball delivered there by Athenaeus as the batsman. The ball is played down to the deep on the leg side for a single, so they cross over. So that's 2 runs to St. Patrick's and a free hit coming up. And Dennis Smith would relish this opportunity to swing for the rafters without much repercussions.
Yeah, St. Patrick's in a commanding position, and really it will be difficult to see them losing from here.
Yeah, they're certainly ahead. 25 required, just at 52 required at a rate of 6.12. They're going at just under 9 runs and over, and they have been quite consistent so far. As we see Demba a bit flatter, and Dennis Smith a bit rushed into the shot, looking to hit onto the leg side. The ball hits him and trickles to the fine leg boundary where make it to be Jeremiah does the fielding, so there is no run. So Demba, he's not punished further with that by offering that free hit offer. As Smith comes back and cuts, guides it to the fielder at backward point. That is Daryl Cyrus. So Demba is one delivery away from the end of his spell. Going at just about 7 runs and over. We'll be looking to finish strong. Had been hit for 2 touring 6s and conceded another boundary. So he's bowled 3.5 overs, none for 27. And we are about to see the final delivery of over number 12, where St. Patrick's continue to boss proceedings here at the National Stadium in semi-final number 2. Smith goes back and cuts and guides it down to third man, thinking for a second, but Cyrus sees onto it quickly to keep him to 1. Smith will take strike at the end of this start of the next over.
Yes, and Denver just finishing its 4 overs, no being 28 runs, actually going at 7 runs for over. Cyrus in 3 overs, 1 for 18, 103 for 1. We had 12 overs completed, and I was making the point, Kerry, that we see the smaller guys are hitting the ball very far. We look at Teddy Bishop, very, very small, very slim, and he strike the ball powerfully, and it all goes down to be the how the ball is being timed and the position the players get themselves in the play shots. We see Johan Jeremiah, also small in stature, but hit the ball very far. And now we seen alterners. So these three young players, who probably is really the future in Winwood's cricket, Bishop and Jeremiah for Grenada cricket as future players, and we are seeing that they have moved lifted at different level.
Yeah, and I think six hitting is not necessarily about you would attribute it to those strong big guys with those powerful shoulders, but it's had to do with a lot of timing. And Bishop, Jeremiah, and Athenes, they've certainly timed it well. We saw Benjamin, he hit 4 big sixes today also, maybe in the mold more of what we consider traditional batsmen, tall batsman, long reach, and a powerful shot. He was able to get 49 of 28, but the other three fielders, batsmen we're talking about, more on the smaller size. Teddy Bishop has a bit of a height to him, but he's not necessarily the strongest guy in the tournament, but he certainly hit the ball a long way, attributed to his good timing and excellent bat.
Well, it's 103 for 1. We begin this over number 13. Daryl Cyrus in his fourth over. I bolted Dennis Smith, and Smith is hitting that one to short cover.
Yeah, as we see now, the fielder there, that is Hazard, a bit probably straighter compared to the previous over. And Smith goes for the big swing again for the third time in the spell. Stewart dislodges the stumps, asking the umpire for his verdict on a stumping appeal. And yet again, umpire Holas is unmoved from his vantage point, deciding that the batsman was in the crease.
Yeah, it's again, Smith does not move. He's standing up and drive, so there's no way you'd be out of his crease. And I think it's not necessary there in terms of the stump being broken with a batsman that just standing in his crease looking to drive. Not to say he's moving out. But again, St. George's are the keeper. Every chance that he have, he want to make use of it.
Yeah, well, he's certainly looking to put the umpire under pressure, hoping that one of those appeals can go their way. So far, umpire Holas, in his judgment, has been very firm and has agreed on all three occasions that the batsman, he was indeed grounded behind the crease. Crony, as we see, it's been one of those days, not hot. As we see for this match, it has been a bit dark with some clouds overhead. It doesn't possess any immediate threat for rain. Smith gets inside of that line and hits it fine. As that is Redhead, he gets down to save the ball from going down into the third man region. So one more run to Smith, he moves to 13, and St. Patrick 104 for 1 in over number 13.
Yes, one of these days the day started really brilliantly. I mean, when you look at the sunlight and so forth this morning, it was a really splendid condition for cricket. Then it just began to get probably a little gloomy as they went on.
Yeah, it's just 20 minutes after 4 as Athenes hits that one over the covers. The batsmen, they come back for 2 there. Dennis Smith goes scampering down. He's sent back by Athenes. The throw came in at the bowler's end, and Smith, quite fortunate that the throw was a bit wayward and to the bowler's end. If it was the keeper, could have been an interesting moment in the game.
Yeah, there should have been 2 there. Just a lapse there. Really, that ball went down to hit down to a wide cover position, and really they could have picked up 2.
Yeah, I think Athenes probably maybe a bit on the as we say, he's maybe a bit burned. He's done a lot of running in this inning, as this one is pushed again down the ground. Forsyth tries to stop it from getting to Jeremiah down on the long off boundary. He doesn't succeed, and it's the end of the spell from Cyrus 1, in which he was fairly economical in terms of the context of the match, going at 5.2 runs and over. He's bowled 4 overs, 1 for 21 of his quota.
And St. Patrick's 106 for 1. We really continue to battle on, really continue to keep control of this game, needing 48 runs in 42 deliveries, and will feel confident they're in a chance really to pull off this game here this afternoon.
Yeah, 48 from 42, just a 6.86. As we see, that is Preston McSween comes in again for his third over from the northern end. Looking, you certainly looking to find a wicket from somewhere. Cyprian Forsyth has turned to the Windward's Volcano player Preston McSween. He will be bowling to Smith, who he's set and looking as he has done throughout the tournament to bat throughout the innings. I think he would have probably just had maybe a 1 or 2 dismissals in his innings so far. As that one is called wide by the umpire. Had Smith stretching, and Preston turned back, was probably not happy with the decision, but in the opinion of the umpire, as we see Smith starting on his leg stump guard, just outside of the reach, outside of the guard, which is used by the umpire to determine whether it's a wide or not.
Yeah, good decision by the umpire.
Time is a bit shorter from McSween. A bit of pace on that one. Smith rushed into the shot. He's not able to connect into the gloves of wicketkeeper Emmanuel Stewart.
Yeah, this is, you want to get a good line. He haven't bowled well so far, but you know the ability that they have. Just you need to keep it on a good line. Just outside there of some leaving the right-hander. And really in this position, you want your ace bowler really to come on and really to do something special for you. Yeah. And I think it's a good move to bring back Preston McSween. And the condition favors this sort of bowling. So he really should relish this situation.
Yeah, it's certainly good conditions to be out there in the field. You know, the sun can be, quite overbearing here at the National Stadium. But today it's quite calm and cool as McSween serves up another one outside the off stump, which is guided down to third man by Smith. And the St. Patrick's Day is even closer now. 108 for 1, require 46 of the final 6.3 overs. Yeah,
and both players looking comfortable. They seem to be in no worry, having no difficulty with any other bowlers. They all have a start, and we just need to consolidate and push it around. Don't try anything rash.
Yeah, I think the batting of Wavell Benjamin really set them up quite nicely. He went gung-ho in the early overs. The first over of the inning signaled his intent, where he drove the fast bowler Nicholas Redhead back over his head for 6, and it was certainly a shut-off statement, and he followed it up with a 49 of 28, which now has his team cruise into victory here in semi-final number 2.
Yeah, well, actually, it was the first delivery, not only the first, but the first delivery ball was hit back over long on for 6, so really that stat indicates that, that they would have been positive. They continue to play that way, and I don't think there's any chances, I think, that they give any chances St. George's really had to pick up any wickets in terms of job catches.
No, I think, quite correctly, not much opportunities provided, as we see Athenes opens the face. Smith again looking to rush through for a single. The throw comes in from Akim Alexis, backed up there by Cyrus. So Smith certainly looking to pick up those singles, and Athenes not interested on this occasion.
Yeah, it's certainly been built up for an interesting final tomorrow. St. Patrick's, St. Andrews, the neighbors.
Yeah, northeast. It is the Northeast Derby, St. Andrews and St. Patrick's, 2 of the powerhouses in cricket traditionally, and currently in our construct. It would be 2 of the parishes that probably would have produced the majority of national cricketers, whether it's at the under 15, and that one comes off the edge and beats the fielder into the third man boundary for 4. So Athenes moves on by 4 to 38, and St. Patrick's the 112 for 1 after 14.
Yeah, and a good shot. He actually steered this one past the keeper, and a vacant slip region there that went down to the third man boundary for 4. 112 for 1, and Athenes on 38, and this pair so far has added for a 31 run. So again, they are consolidating their position and really should go on to win this quite easily.
Yeah, required just 7 runs and over from here on out. 36 42 to win from 36 balls, as it seems to have been a change of gloves there by Athenes, as the substitute fielder Devonny Joseph comes on to hand over a fresh pair of gloves to Athenes. He would have been batting so far for the entirety of the St. Patrick's innings. All 14 overs, he faced 36 deliveries. So he's just 14 overs, that is what, 86 balls, 36. So he looking to now change focus and look to guide his team home, steer his team home to victory. As we see, is going to be St. Paul, who is going to come on to the attack from the southern end of the ground, as the Crony is just 4:26 in the afternoon, and it's already looking like it's maybe 5:45 here at the National Stadium.
Yeah, very cloudy. St. Paul, who has so far picked up 10 wickets, haven't had the best of start in this game.
Yeah, as we look at the leading wicket takers coming into this match, could have seen that all encouraging, Crony, is that we see three seamers among the top 5 leading wicket takers leading into today, which is certainly encouraging for those faster men.
Yeah, we see Imran Joseph with 5, St. Paul. Imran Joseph 10, St. Paul 10, and Mike Anaran 9. Spinner Daniel McDonald 10, and Dennis George 12.
Yeah, Dennis George should have picked up 2 further wickets today, so he sits on 14 wickets, and I think the I would have to check to see if Daniel may would have gotten a wicket to push him up maybe further into the table. But all those players again will be involved tomorrow in the final day of the NLA GPL T20, as St. Paul starts his new over. Smith pushed back and guides it down to third man. Crony, tomorrow morning we're going to see the third place playoff. That would feature St. David's and the loser of this encounter. So it could be a battle between St. David's and St. George's in the third place. And from 1:30 tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see St. Andrew coming up. Probably we will see St. Patrick's in the final. And Crony, we are approaching 1 day left in the tournament, and it's certainly been knowing in the times we're involved in a Herculean effort from all those involved to ensure that we're able to play cricket and have this tournament executed so successfully. As this one, Alec Athenes heaves that one over mid-wicket. Very good shot, came off the bat, and you've been mentioning throughout the day his timing has been quite exquisite, and this time is sudden further indication that he's timing the ball quite sweetly here in this encounter.
Yeah, good shot again over long, and that takes him on to 4-4. Really been playing some really good shots. There's nothing off in any other shot that he's playing. He's very selective, and this one was pitched up and he really hit it sweetly over long on for another 6, and he continues to show the class, the quality of player that he is, really timing that ball really beautifully.
Yeah, Athenes again lifts that one over the infield. A moment there, the fielder running back, that is Hazard. He was interested, probably thinking that he would have got onto it, but it was Nicholas Reddit coming off the boundary to do the fielding, and Athenes again just picking up a single, so he moves on by 1. He now 45, and St. Patrick now 34 from victory. They 120 for 1.
Yeah, and we're talking about the teams more in terms of the matchup, possibly St. David's, St. George's, again neighbours, and you have St. Patrick's and probably St. Andrews.
Yeah, it's certainly, as this one, Smith advances down the wicket, comes off the inner portion of the bat. Kem Charles is attacking it from the deep mid-wicket boundary. He's not able to get close to it, and tomorrow it's going to be the border derbies. St. Patrick's v St. Andrew, we're calling it from now. Don't say we're too presumptuous. And tomorrow it's going to be the Southeast Derby in the third place. St. David's coming up against, at this stage, looks like St. George's. This one is guided behind square on the offside for another single. And Crony, I think throughout the tournament we can see that the teams, they are, as we said, some of them started off slowly, but they grew into it quite nicely. And with the inclusion of the Volcano players, some of them have come in and really strengthened their teams, and has really contributed to the quality of cricket we're witnessing here as we wind down the second semi-final.
Yeah, most definitely. We look at the teams that play today. We look at St. Andrews. I think Hodge would have made a huge difference. Not only the fact that he didn't score much, but again, you could see him being part of the plan in terms of what is to take place out there. And I think this is where these players would make the difference. You look at even St. David's when Fletcher would have taken over, and you could see himself with John. So they have contributed immensely, even though we didn't get the kind of performance that we expected from some of these players. But I think just the present there would have make a huge difference in terms of what is happening. Now we are seeing the alternates in terms of his batting, really making a difference in terms of St. Patrick's batting today.
Yeah, and I think just the mere presence of these guys, they are able to lift other players around them, helping them to improve their levels. And I think we're quite fortunate that we can have those players coming into the tournament and lending their expertise and their talents to this tournament. As 5 overs left in the match, 31 runs to score. A bit of discussion there going on between the on-field. Here we see Demba and Forsyth in deep conversation. As Jeremiah, he joins the discussion, and it's going to be, I think Kem Charles was getting ready to bowl, but they probably would have convinced the captain to give Nicholas Redhead one over to see if he can dislodge that pair.
Yeah, no, very interesting. You see the top players, the captain, you see Denver, you see these players coming together to make decisions. This could only be healthy for cricket. I think, as you said before, credit had to be given really to, the Cricket Association and then those who would have contributed in terms of making this tournament what it is. And to be fair, I think that tournament that went really well without any hiccup. And everyone need to be complimented for the quality of the tournament that we are seeing here.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, again, can say thanks to the National Lotteries Authority, Windward's Cricket, Windward's Volcanoes, Poli, Springwater, TNR Communications, all our volunteers and supporters who have contributed to making this tournament a reality. As this one is shot and punched off the back foot by Dennis Smith there. Certainly relished the opportunity of being offered with outside the off stump and was able to guide that behind point for 4.
Yeah, good shot. And today we are seeing the best of Dennis Smith. In all the matches that he has played, this certainly is his best inning. As he was on top of this one and really played it nicely down to probably just to the left of a gully. And went down to the boundary for 4. Real confident shot.
Yeah, he's one of those confidence players, always looking to boss proceedings in the middle, and you can see that so far in this innings. Not scoring at a fast rate, but which is not necessarily required. He's going at 21 from 25, but he has played some really scrumptious looking shots, 2 extra cover drives of Daryl Cyrus, and now 1 punch through the backward gully area there of Nicholas Redhead. If Smith gets inside that one, probably that one may have come off his body as it goes behind to be taken there by Emmanuel Stewart. So there is no run scored. 27 required of just 28 deliveries. Just under a run of ball. St. Patrick's even scoring at a healthy rate throughout. Now it's at 8.28. At the earlier stage in the power play, they were going at 10s and 11s and over. So that foundation has really set the platform for them to, as we see that one sprayed outside the off stump by Redhead, and it is signal wide.
Yeah, and this have not been the best day for Redhead. He's in his 3rd over so far, and he has gone for 33 runs. Benjamin took a liking to him, and then Alton is also. So he has been very expensive. Going at probably 11 runs for over. It's 128 for 1, and he's over the wicket from this northern end to bowl to Smith. Smith covers up and takes a very good single as he push it out on the offside. Again, taking the pace off the ball and being able to scamper another single. That takes him on to 22. 129 for 1.
Yeah, very good. Smart cricket there from Smith, always looking to run those 1s and 2s and attack those and pressure on the close in fielders. And most of his runs in the tournament would have been running well between the wickets, and today he had a good partner in Alec Athenes, who has responded positively on most occasions. A full delivery wrapped on the pads as the batsman looks to turn it behind square. Probably from my vantage point, we're going to see the replay. May have pitched outside the leg stump or hit the batsman outside the leg stump. Redhead not happy with the decision of not out from umpire Holas, and I think when you see the replay, umpire Holas was quite justified with his decision, as that one pitch outside leg and hit the batsman outside the leg stump.
Yeah, good decision. Redhead look very disappointed there, obviously. Didn't have the best of day. He went for quite a bit of runs, so far in his third over he has already gone for 33. So picking up a wicket now, will just boost his confidence a little bit.
Yeah, as that one is full and fast outside your stump. Smith tries to get down and get some bat onto it to probably get it down to the third man area. He's not successful as Stewart behind the stumps collects. So it's a rare dot ball today from Nicholas Redhead. He has had a high percentage of dot balls earlier in the tournament, but the pressure from the St. Patrick's batsmen has really thrown him off his line a bit. 3.5 overs, just 6 dot deliveries, going not for 35. A good looking shot there again from Dennis Smith to bring an end to over number 16. At the end of 16, and it's a 50 partnership up between Athenes and Smith. 50 of 46 deliveries, 35 minutes, 4 fours and 2 sixes. St. Patrick's, they're going after 154 for victory. They're currently 131 for 1 at the end of 16.
Yeah, good stand between Smith and Altenas, getting closer to that target score of 154. St. Patrick's, really an improved batting performance by St. Patrick's, and I think the presence of Altenas here today certainly would have made a difference in terms of how Smith is actually playing. Firstly, was a good start. I think they would have gone out there with a plan that they're going to approach this score positively. Yeah, at the end of it, you have nothing to lose really. You're going to go there and give it your best shot.
Yeah, I think the pressure was really taken off Smith, especially with that partnership, because normally he comes in early and he has to play that sort of anchor role, and today that role was played quite well by Athenes. So Smith can just comes in and play naturally, as the big appeal there from Stewart and maybe McSween in fine leg. Good delivery there from St. Paul. Rushed Smith a bit as beats the outside edge and into the gloves of the keeper.
Yeah, good delivery. Looking to probably try to stay down to the third man. Again, there's the extra bounce he was beating him, and certainly you deliver with some pace, and that went past the outside edge.
This time Smith gets inside of the line and tucks it behind square. The fielders, they're up on the onside in behind square, and the ball goes into the boundary for 4. So Smith continues to show his class. He moves to 27, and St. Patrick's 135 for 1 in over number 17.
Yeah, good short balls. It's slanting down the leg side, and he came inside of it and clip it behind square, and forward a square and went down to the boundary for 4.
Dennis Smith, wicketkeeper batsman from the village of Hermitage in St. Patrick, the nephew of the Windwards and Grenada. This one is wrapped on the pads and goes through Smith. Emmanuel still takes it down the leg side. Maybe would have hit the pad, but certainly as the ball where it ended up, certainly would have been heading down the leg side.
Yeah, it just seemed to be brushing the pad, maybe the boot, as it went by down the leg side.
This time Smith is wrapped more on the back foot. Appeal comes up from the fielders from St. George's, but umpire Man Warren says not out. As we see the replay from this one. Ball pitched on just about middle stump, and continuing carrying on with the angle would certainly have missed the leg stump. So it's the dying stages of this game. 20 balls, 18 runs. 3 overs to go. 2 set batsmen at the crease with 9 wickets in hand. As we see Athenes pulls out from the delivery there from St. Paul. Probably not ready, or probably taking stock as to what are the field placing. And I think he probably would have done St. George's a favour, as he had only 3 fielders inside the circle. As we see Hazard comes off the fine leg boundary into the short fine leg position.
Just seemed to be holding his right thigh there. He's struggling a bit.
And he's bowled. Athenes, after playing so well, looking to hit across the line of that one. And early on we would have discussed his timing was so superb, but this time really made a mess of that straight delivery, and his stumps, his furnitures are rearranged as he goes back for a well played 47, but he must be feeling a bit disappointed he's not able to carry his team across the line.
Yeah, bad shot on the ball, pitch up to him, and this was one of the few deliveries that he swung across it. He was hitting, he was driving straight, he was timing well, and swung across. This one, missed, and was bowled.
Yes, that the end of Alec Athenes brings to the crease the veteran Grenada, Windward Islands and West Indies opening batsman Devon Smith, who has decided to drop himself down the order for his parish team, probably to add a little bit more stability and solidity to the middle. And with the partnership we'd have seen earlier on from Athenes and Benjamin, quite justified on this occasion. He's striding to the crease now, his team requiring just 18 runs of 19 deliveries.
Yes, well, it had been a good opening stand. I think if you look back in the last few years that St. Patrick's, I think, were involved maybe in the finals, I can remember clearly Smith would have batted down the order, and it really affected the St. Patrick's team. They never get off to a good start, and it was one of the concerns that was raised in terms of how he batted. I think this time around he probably, having people like Altenas, probably would have felt a little bit more confident with the young players, opening players that he had to give the opportunity. I think they did well. They put on 81 for the first wicket, which was probably the second partnership that had been so high. St. George's had 99, and they were able to put on 81 for the first wicket. So really, it was justified. And now he's coming in probably just to put the icing on the cake.
Yeah, well, that's most correctly, as we see he faces up one. He has one delivery to face in this over from St. Paul. Would have picked up the wicket of Athenes. Now Devon Smith, another left-handed batsman at the crease, and Smith gets inside the wicket and turns it onto the leg side, goes through for a single. I think momentarily my thought for a second, but certainly a good throw coming in from Daryl Cyrus to restrict the batsman only to 1. So at the end of 17, St. Patrick's, in pursuit of 154 for victory, they're 137 for 2, require 17 of the final 3 overs at a rate with 8 wickets in hand.
Yeah, should be easy going. Push it around, pick up your singles. It can be done with singles, but certainly St. Patrick's in the driving seat, and really has turned things around the last few games that they have played, and really looking really in a good position to come out on top in this one.
Yeah, as we see now, it's going to be Preston McSween. He will be bowling over number 18, as with just 17 runs to go. St. George's will be banking on McSween to see if he can get another wicket to maybe make it as difficult as possible for St. Patrick's. But at this stage, with 17 from 18, 2 very experienced batsmen in the middle, the nephew and uncle partnership of Devon and Dennis Smith, they're certainly in the driver's seat and would be looking to take it home from here without any further cause for concerns.
Well, the field for Devon Smith, a third man on the boundary, backward point, cover on the boundary, and a long off.
Smith comes forward to a delivery on the line of the off stump. Look at keep Preston McSween in front of him, and words there being exchanged between the Windward's Volcanoes pair of McSween and Smith.
A very, very quiet period. Just 17 runs required.
Yeah, I think St. Patrick's, they were able to take it, turn down the gears a bit based on the stat. A very good delivery there from McSween, spearing into the stumps of Smith, into the legs of Smith, which he's able to turn down to the fielder that is Kem Charles on the mid-wicket boundary. And the batsmen, they cross over for 1. So you can see Preston McSween so far 2 deliveries attacking the batsman, looking to keep the ball as close to Smith. As we know, he loves anything with a bit of width and shot that he can either cut or drive to the offside.
Yeah, 2 good deliveries. He brings it right up. And Devon Smith, they're just having to come down on this one and play to mid wicket, but timing well as it went down to the mid wicket fielder.
As Dennis this time opens up and plays that one shot on the offside, where that is foresight in the backward point position does the fielding. So 1 more run to Dennis Smith. He's on 28, and it's 139 for 2 in over number 18. Certainly has gotten a bit darker, in recent times, and we're hoping that not much probably rain falls this evening, because we're all excited for the final day of the tournament tomorrow. Third place playoff starts at 9:30, and the final starts at 1:30. We've been blessed so far with very good weather, as Smith turns a full delivery from McSween down to mid-wicket and picks up another single. I think there was only one game that was seriously adversely affected by weather. That would have been the St. John versus St. David encounter, which would have been reduced to an 8-over encounter. But we're praying for good weather so that we can finish the tournament on a high. And Crooney, at this stage, with 14 to get from 16 balls, it is St. Patrick's. They continue to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, have been really a convincing performance by St. Patrick's.
And that time Smith drives well through the covers. Kemp Charles comes wrong. They come in through for a second, and they were able to get completed quite comfortably. So Smith, this one a bit full, and he's drive quite well today. Picked up 2 more runs to his tally, and he's now on 30 of 35.
Yeah, 142 for 2. And Dennis Smith on 30, Devon Smith on 3. We in the 18th over. 17.5 overs bowled.
It's 12 from 13. So here encouragement for both teams coming through the microphone. These on the boundary. Final delivery to offer for Preston McSween. Smith got inside the line, looking to play it, maybe hit it, paddle over the short fine leg. He misses it. Probably they would have been thinking for a wide, but normally when the batsmen they get out of their normal stance so much, the umpires tend to favor the bowlers.
Yeah, and he probably would have missed an opportunity there. Fully delivery there, and probably in the right position, and just would have missed out on this one. As it went down, and good decision by the umpire not to call a wide, as just passed just slightly down the leg side. But we at the end of 18 overs, 142 for 2. Dennis Smith is on 30. Devon Smith is on 3. They require 12 more runs from 12 deliveries. And it should be easy going for St. Patrick's.
Let's just replay the commentary from today. Almost a repeat of what the previous game. Similar the way the games have gone. Yeah, it was about similar stage, only that maybe 1 or 2 wickets more may have been lost.
Yeah, well, both teams scores of 153 and 155, very close.
Yeah.
I think St. Andrews were also going at a pant at one time.
6 of them.
Pitched up and Devon Smith hit it beautifully over long on for 6. With all the ease in the wall. Over pitch delivery bowled there by St. Paul, who is in his 4th over, so far 1 for 33, and you hit it easily over mid on for 6.
Always a chance that if he doesn't clean up Devon Smith, that the game could end in this over. Yeah.
And that's hit down to third man.
Just a little fumble there by Preston down on the third man boundary. So Smith was swinging for the stands, I think there. Yeah, he probably wanted him to finish it quickly. It's only 5 to go.
Yeah, certainly have been a powerful batting display by St. Patrick's. This is the sort of score we are looking for early in the tournament in terms of teams because the pitch has been a good one, maybe all the games generally. So the kind of scores you're looking at 150 and above, we are now seeing it on the final in the semi-finals.
Yes, apparently as the players would have gotten more into the cricket after this long break, the batsmen are now beginning to come to terms with conditions and really getting back into the game. But that is really good, really great for the game. And of course, St. Patrick's and Andrew final, probably one which nobody would have betted on at a certain point in the competition. Maybe not even at the start of the competition. One would have thought that we would have seen that, but that's what it is.
Yeah, when we look at the tournament and we look at the matches that's played up front, yes, it was difficult to call because I think basically all the teams would have been on par. At one time one would have said, well, St. David's is going to come through very easily. But the team just seemed to be on par in terms of their playing. St. George's played well throughout the tournament. I think that they have been very disciplined, very organized. And really the structure have been good as this one is hit down to backward point for 4, and that's complete. That's a really good victory for St. Patrick's, winning this game by 8 wickets, and certainly it has been a tremendous batting performance by the St. Patrick's team.
Yes, tremendous batting performance. They paced themselves well, they started well, they knew exactly what they wanted to do, and to win in the 19th over is when it came. St. George's, well, they did what they had to do. They posted 150 something on the board, which was probably not quite, maybe just a pass score in that type of conditions. Never really seriously challenged the St. Patrick outfit in chasing those down.
But we would have said before a team scoring maybe 140, we would have given them easily the benefit of the doubt based on what we are seeing in the tournament.
Yes.
140 would have been a very good score. We see today in the semi-final that it seems as though, the team seem to just step up the games.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, 155 St. David would have posted, which is under par based on what we know, the players involved. But the way that St. Andrews chased that down, it certainly shows that there was something different about the batting today.
Yes, indeed.
And we have seen likewise St. Patrick's against St. George's, 153. And this is a pair that struggled to get 100 runs through the whole tournament.
Yes.
Maybe you probably would not say that about St. Andrews because they had good scores against St. John's and so forth. But the scoring have been that good. But today we have seen a total difference in terms of the challenges. The second team batting, actually the team that batted second today would have come through.
Yes, indeed.
Really with flying colours.
Yes. And I think, going. Not many would have expected that result. But again, that's what cricket is about, and maybe I should say it's good for the game. I mean, you're looking at the teams. Maybe St. George's would have expected more from the Preston Maxwell. Didn't bowl particularly well.
Yeah, it was not one of his better games. I don't think he bowled well. I mean, just come back and probably have been resting up and coming out to play today, and just didn't get it right. But all credit. I think the bottom line have been the approach of the teams that batted second. I think that was a key thing. You could see that the players went out positively and looking really to play good cricket. Just to give you an indication of the scorecard, we probably will give you that in a little while as the players we see that Kerry is now making his way on the ground. Obviously, we'll be interviewing the captains and the man of the match. But certainly, I think, Justin, we have seen 2 good matches today where 2 teams would have really dominated, more so in the second encounter. 155 for 2 really had to be a very, very, very strong reply by the team batting second with St. Patrick's. And not to say that St. George's had chances.
Yes.
Really
correct,
and truly, there were
correct.
no chances that was really given. It's just that I think the team batted well. Maybe a lot more, but you see, could have been desired with the bowling. But when a team is batting so well, it really doesn't give the bowling team much option. You have to think. You have to, review your strategy. Your technique had to be right in terms of the side of the wicket you bowl and so forth. So it has been so difficult, but they have come out and played well, and I think they played the better game today. Certainly deserve the victory.
Yeah, in conditions that really did not give anything to anybody. Whatever you would have achieved, you had to work hard for it. The pitch conditions were very good. So
yeah, and certainly I think they certainly deserve the victory today. As we about to go down on the field to join Kerry, post-match presentation. Over to you, Kerry.
Welcome to the post-match ceremony for semi-final number 2. Quite comprehensive victory for St. Patrick's by 8 wickets with 7 deliveries to spare, and for his performance of 49, 4 sixes and 4 fours to help set up a successful chase for his team. The player of the match for today on his birthday is Wivel Benjamin. Wivel received his award from the first vice president of the GCA. Wivel Benjamin have been short of runs in the tournament, but certainly made it when it counted.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to the Almighty Father, same way, and thanks to everybody back home. Thanks to the coach for giving me the opportunity, because I really didn't come with the intention to play today, after failing for so many games, So I just want to say thanks to the coach for giving me the opportunity once more.
All right, certainly we know you has to be one of those confidence players. 6 off the first ball in the innings, came off the middle, and was that what clicked for you for the rest of the innings?
Well, it was a whole process during the week. I got a lot of text messages, from a lot of players, telling me, "Wave, you could just back yourself." I got a really important message yesterday morning, and that was a real confidence booster for me. You know what I mean? After getting a message, I say, Dad, you just had to come here and just back yourself. And I came in, first ball, I saw it in the slot, and I said I was going to go, and I hit it. I just said, I gotta go. Continue that.
You have one more match to play tomorrow against St. Andrew. Team again, players you would have been quite familiar with. Looking forward to replicating that performance and probably going one step further and getting a landmark for your team.
Well, I'm from a parish, Kong City, where we are accustomed winning football as well as anything we take part in. We come to, we come to win, we come to perform well. So just to come out tomorrow and support, from the community and just try to bring back a trophy back home again and just, do what we're supposed to do,
All right, well, Wivel, we want to congratulate you on your performance today. Congrats on your 49. Disappointing that you not get to 50, but we're certainly looking forward to you scoring probably one more tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll get it one tomorrow, all right? Yeah.
All right, Wivel, all the best. We're not going to have some words with Cyprian Forsyth, the captain for St. George's. Sides, you guys batted, scored 153, and in the end, it seemed to have been not enough.
Yeah, in the end, it proved to not be enough, but I thought that it was a good total to defend. The credits to the St. Patrick's batsmen, the way they started the innings was good, and at the end they were the better team.
Bowlers put a bit under pressure earlier on and would not have responded as you'd have liked?
Yeah, with the start that they got, they both Alec and Wivel, they played really well, and we with that sort of start, you're always playing catch up, and in T20 cricket there's not much time to catch up, so the start was important. Well,
it might be a bit secondary in nature, but you yourself got among the runs today, scoring 50 plus not out. I'm quite happy with that effort with the bat.
Yeah, well, happy to get the runs, but unfortunate that we're not the winning team today.
All right, tomorrow you guys come back here maybe less than 24 hours, less than 18 hours actually, coming up in the first match tomorrow morning against St. David's for the third place playoff. Short turnaround, I'm looking forward to that encounter.
Yeah, they defeated us in the first round, so it's an opportunity for us to get revenge and place higher up in the tournament.
All right, well, Cyprian, commiserations today and all the best to tomorrow's match.
Thanks much.
We're going to have some words with Imon Alexander, the victorious captain from St. Patrick's. Imon Alexander, I'm sure at the beginning of the tournament, your expectation were getting to the finals, and that ticket has been booked. Today's performance, how do you rate it?
I think it was a good performance. We did not bowl well, but I think the batsmen come out and really take charge of this game.
The batsmen, we cannot not mention the start from the openers. I think it was 81 or 86 between Alec Athenes and Wivel Benjamin. Really laid the foundation and took the attack to St. George's earlier on.
Yeah, we like the way they played. They said they were going to do it and they did it, and we're happy.
All right. Must be happy also that when you lose a couple wickets, you have those veteran players, Smith and Smith, coming in there, calm head, able to take you home across the finish line.
Yeah, it's always good. You know, we have a lot of experienced players in camp, so they have to lead.
Tomorrow, St. Andrews versus St. Patrick's. We don't need to even hype up that match anymore. You yourself, I'm sure you're not going to disclaim your Moncton roots. I'm coming up against St. Andrews tomorrow, a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's my home, but you know, I'm representing St. Patrick's, so I have to go hard.
All right, well, Iman, we want to say congratulations today and all the best for tomorrow.
All right, thanks.
All right, so that's the news from the presentation ceremony. St. Patrick's, they've been able to register a quite comprehensive victory against St. George's to advance to the final of the NLA GPL T20.
Yeah, and thank you, Kerry. We have come to the end of another day's play. The semi-finals have been decided. St. Patrick's versus St. Andrews tomorrow. That final would be played at 1:30. And the third playoff between St. David's and St. George's would begin at 9:30 in the morning. And we certainly hope that you will join us then for the final day of this T20 tournament. Certainly they have been really a pleasure bringing it to you, and hope that you will join us then.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6 even more.
With more money to the jackpot galore. Play more, win more, have more fun.
With more jackpot money,
Super 6 is my number one.
With the new and improved Super 6 team, the jackpot keep growing and growing.
I'm growing.
more jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
Get Vax. It's your best shot. Hello.
A message from the Ministry of Health.
Holy natural spring water is a water for every occasion on the field of sports, at your workplace. Just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy natural spring water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes